He's not an idiot. He's just Swedish.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
Oh, finally Friday. Finally. End of the work week. This week has been long for me. Monday, 14 hours. Tuesday, 12 hours. Wednesday, 14 hours again. Thursday, normal 8 hours. And today, around 10 hours. Yeah, some weeks are like that. And yeah, but I got a few streams out. And some of them was even watchable. And hey, folks. Hey, Sadie, Puddingway, Alexei, Wim, Amy T, Tia, Nena, Salvador Dali says he will be here in a bit. Nonya Bitness, hey, hello. Yeah. Today's stream, I blame everything on Megan Fox, who started talking about hair a few days ago on her stream in the Maya trial when we were at Verdict Watch. And I kind of revealed that, yeah, my hair has a few waves in it and so on. And she suggested a sleeping bonnet. I had no idea what that was, except, it's something you wear on your head and you sleep in it, and that somehow helps with your hair. Yeah. And she sent me the link to the site a few minutes before this stream started. All right, but yeah. Yeah, this will be amazing. Now, everything depends on you guys. Step 1, get me to the point where I'm actually buying it. Then get me to a point where I will actually wear it. And get me to the point where I might even show it in a future stream. Oh. Oh, yeah. I'm currently waiting for guests to show up. I know Baker is doing a verdict watch. I'm not sure when he can arrive. I saw Sal being, yeah, I will show up. Mad says I'm going to need matching sleeping clothes. Oh God. Yeah, that will be interesting. Baker is on verdict watch for the woman who allegedly ran over her abusive husband. What's her face? Lori Ann Phillips. Oh, it's a Wisconsin case. Hit and run resulting in death case. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, so that is where he is now. Matching sleeping clothes. Oh, God. Now, I have sent out invitations, and so for the things I got, Megan will show up, but she has to feed her kids. Excited utterance. I got a reaction from Dave. I hope he will show up. He said he might, unless he falls asleep. Kaiser Pineapple. She's a Wiznut. And then, of course, Sal. And I've sent out to a bunch more. Mo can't be here because Mo is having episode with pain, and yeah, this week has been rough for her. So she needs rest. She needs rest. And again, Gigi, my first and best moderator, you might have noticed that she hasn't been around for a few days, and that is because she is ill. So prayers to her, thoughts, yeah, everything you can from a distance, that she get better soon. Oh yeah, the eye drop trial. I think they are having closing arguments on Monday. The eye drop trial. Now, of the little I have seen about this hit and run is that Baker and those on that stream says the prosecution is nowhere near beyond reasonable doubt. But yeah, you never know. You never know. One thing that there was a trial during the let's see, where was it? Oh, not that one. No. Hold on. Oh, it's on that one. Let's see, it's a Texas trial that was just a few days long. The hospital shooting trial. And that was just a 3-day trial. And I will cover that next week, because I think not many were aware of it, because it wasn't on Court TV or Law and Seaward. Hi, Yidibuck, Puddingway, and Guinesque, Wim, Sodonism, Michael Burke. Yeah. Well, there's a few people of you gathering here now. Yeah. A pink sleeping bonnet stream. Oh, Sal streamed some of it. Okay, I didn't know that. I might have him on if he wants to next week. because Young Thug trial will start on the 27th, so I don't want to commit to a 2-week trial that might go on for 3 weeks. And so I will take these really tiny trials up until then. And you also have the Supreme Court hearing in the Delphi case on the 27th. Gigi, you're here. How are you? Oh, we missed you. Oh, it's me, Josie, but here. Oh. Okay, audio is awful in it. Okay, maybe I will send to Wilhammer. Dun dun dun. Hey, can you do something with this file? Playlist. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Gina asks if I will take a selfie in the bonnet. Enough support from you guys, and I might do a stream in it and reveal how my hair looks after a sleeping session in it. Oh, Gigi, good to see you again. Oh, I missed you. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me give you this one. This is my Twitter or X. So if you wouldn't mind, put a like and a retweet on this stream. There's no obligations to anything here. No obligations. No obligations. Plenty to mock. What? Yeah. And Jolie is here. Hey, yo. Good to see you. Still waiting for folks for my guest to show up before, because once I'm waiting to show you the website that Megan Fox sent me with the bonnet until I have some guests here, because yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Let's just say that. What can we do meanwhile? Well, hold on here. As you all know, the Maya trial went on, and she did a brief interview or press conference after. So let's check that out. Meanwhile, while we wait for people to show up. Dun, dun, dun. Add to stage. Oh.
Kowalski's had to say.
For the first time, I feel like I got justice, and to a lot of people, that's unfortunately not something they could feel in this situation, and I'm just blessed that I could feel that for myself, for others, and for my mother. I have her engagement band on my ring finger. I have her rosary. I have this, like a lot. I have this necklace, which I actually gifted to her from Johns Hopkins Children's Hospital. And I added one pendant, which is a picture of my mom and I in Monterey, Mexico, around the time I got my good income.
Parents have rights, and they make the decision.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Oop. There. Yeah, that is Maya after after all the verdicts, and yeah, nothing can bring her mother back. Nothing can bring their mother back, and but it's good that I was expecting a bit more in punitive damages. I must say so, and but I mean, you don't sneeze out $50 million in a heartbeat. Now this hospital can. They have a crap ton of money. They have, I mean, they are a part of an $8 billion hospital conglomerate company. Their local revenue is over a bit over 500 million a year. They have in cash, just in the bank, what was it? 40 million. Then they have investments for an additional 25 million. They have enough money to sponsor politicians on election years. In 2020, they poured out close to $1 million, and 95% of that went to Democrats, either a super PAC or individuals. Hoping it's enough for the hospital to make changes. Sally Smith needs to be removed to start. Yes, we know her mother has issued before she got admitted. I haven't seen a threatened self-ending the first day they were there. I didn't hear any recording of it, at least. But in the end, the conduct of the hospital, in my opinion, was the direct cause. She knew that, in my opinion, that unless she was out of the picture, Maya would never come home. So yeah, and if you've seen Mo, you know she has a CRPS in the leg. And I mean, it's hard to fathom the amount of pain these people are in. That, I mean, Mo had a stint in her back in hope that would relieve her from pain. And that didn't work. So they took it out again. Because, yeah. Oh, we have our first guest. Hold on.
Doing fine, sir.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Are you having a good evening or morning where you're at?
It's 20 past midnight here, so it's a good evening.
That is a good evening.
Yeah. Now, have you seen this is a pink bonnet stream.
What is that?
Have you seen Megan Fox talking about hair?
No, I have
No.
not.
Well, people with curly or wavy hair needs specific kind of treatment in the hair to get more of it,
Relax it.
really relax it and stuff like that. I
Gotcha.
brush my hair out because I'm old, I'm gray, and it's kind of a brittle. So you can see some of my waves, but
Yeah.
yeah. But apparently, according to Megan Fox, if I use other methods, it will be more prominent or something like that. One of it is to save my hair when I sleep by having it in a bonnet.
Hmm. That's interesting. See, I've been cutting my hair short since 2000. Since about 2000, I've been cutting my hair short. But up
Mm.
until then, I had hair that was probably just about as long as yours. Probably not because you're much taller than I am, but
Yeah.
but it was halfway down my back at
Mm.
one point in time. But my hair naturally is it's got like a bit of body to it, but it's
Mm.
not long and straight, and it's not like really curly. It's just got that like really, it's weird.
Yeah. Uh,
But as I got older, I was like, I just don't like washing it. And of course whenever I'd wash my hair, I didn't realize until I cut it all off how much weight that put on my head.
mm.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So pink bonnet. So you put it up in a bonnet, you wrap it up, and is it supposed to help it like relax?
Yeah, I mean, so when you toss and turn, that you don't rub against all the bed sheets and stuff like that, so everything is in a controlled environment or something
Ah,
of that sort. And apparently, satin is good, or silk. I don't know, because I have no idea. I mean, this hair I have today, I haven't had since I was maybe in my teens, during the glorious 80s hair metal days.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
was around then too.
Yeah. I'm trying to find, let's see if I can find a somewhat recent. Because I stopped cutting my hair. My final haircut was December 2019. Then the world ended, and so did my barber. Went bankrupt. So I
Oh,
just simply stopped cutting the hair, my hair. And let's see if I can find. Where is Jesus
yeah,
Christ? Have I
I probably went a
removed all?
good 15 years more without cutting my hair. This when I got out of the military, I started growing it. That would have been
Mm,
1990, and then
mm,
it grew out until somewhere around 2015 whenever
mm,
I did my
mm.
no, it was earlier than that, 2008.
Yeah. I
Yeah, about
think
2000.
this picture is from around 2017 or 2018.
No way. And it's grown out that much since?
Yeah. I mean, I had that hair in 2019. And so, yeah, this is 3 years worth of. Well, I've been doing this for about a year.
Yeah.
December 29th. Last year, I started being a content creator, and then I had my hair. Yeah, it
And
grows like.
it just that grows like crazy if that's how short it was in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm
Mm,
impressed, Nick.
mm. Yeah, me
So,
too. I had no idea because after the first year, when it went out and then down, all of a sudden, yeah, I might. There's no barber shops open. I might. Let's see, because what will they do? What will they do? Will they fire me? No, I don't think so. And
no. No, they won't fire you.
mm,
You're too good to be fired.
yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Hey, Sal. How
Hey
you doing?
Sal, how's it
Hey.
good to see you, brother?
good to see you.
You having a wonderful day?
I am. How about you?
Oh, it's been a good day. I've been working around the house. I've got a couple of things I've been working on. My wife
Nice.
was not happy with the height of a sectional that we've got, so I'm working on repairing that. But other than that, I hung out with Meme for a little bit this morning, and I don't know, just being me, just
Nice.
random stuff. Yes, today is the Marines 246 years.
So something like that.
It's crazy.
Mm.
I was talking with Max Murrah, and he was explaining that. I was like, man, I never really thought about the Marine Corps being that old.
Yeah, 248th.
248th.
Mm.
Yeah. Semper Fi. I wasn't a Marine, but still respect the branches of the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my military service, we had back then it was obligatory.
Okay.
So I went into the artillery with the
Nice.
Haubitz 15.5.
You just wanted to blow stuff up.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
fun. It was an old model as well, not the where you can actually drive it. You had to have a lorry attached to it, drive it to the place you wanted. So it was purely mechanical.
Mm.
I think the actual model is called Haubitz 15.5 Model French. They started manufacturing that in 1948 and stopped in 1980. And then they continued having it in the Swedish Army until 1996 when it was... 1992 when it was decommissioned.
When did you serve?
89 to 91.
Okay, so I was like during the fall of the Soviets.
Yeah, a lot of our education was, our enemies, who we will not name by name.
So this was a year of growth on my hair.
Oh. And then you participated in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this would have been taken before any of those movies were made. This would have been 1991 when this picture was taken. It was actually it was taken by the same person that took that picture I have hanging back there of Jimmy Page playing his double-necked guitar Gibson at the Whiskey A Go-Go by a photographer by the name of Robert Knight. He took this picture. He also had a bunch of pictures of Jeff Beck and Jimi Hendrix. He did a lot of work at the Guitar Center there in Hollywood. A lot of his photographs were hanging on the walls there. He's the one that took this picture. I get teased about it because everyone's like, "Oh, look, the Blue Steel picture." I actually had a mohawk at the time. That was my hair was in a straight mohawk, and I would just let it brush down. Yeah. That was the 1991 right there. Long time ago.
Yeah, I have from 2016, I think.
I did 86 to 91, 1990.
Decided to shave my head, and that was interesting. My size and that beard. That was when I still had some color in my beard. So it might be
I like the shape of your beard now. That looks much better.
Yeah, but I had even longer. But then when I slept, then I turned my head that way, and then when I tried to turn it back, my beard hair got stuck in my armpit. That was when not that long.
No, it looks good, and you know, you know, everyone gets worried about the gray and all that crap, and I was just like, just let it go now. Like I told my wife whenever she started getting the little streaks of gray, and she's like, well, do you think I should dye? I was like, if you want to dye it, go ahead, but it doesn't bother me. I still think that you look as lovely as the day I married you, so that hasn't changed at all. If you're trying to impress somebody, then go for it. But if you're trying to impress me, I'm absolutely fine with it going naturally gray. You'll feel much better whenever you decide, you know, like her mother decided at one point. Yeah, I know, you look like Valhalla. That's so hilarious.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I'm in my, I must be in my 30s.
Well, isn't that how old Valhalla is?
Just
Valhalla's
prior to when I started to go gray, and then it happened fast.
Awesome. My gosh, my man.
Yeah. And here's my beard grows faster than my hair, so I mean it's really, really easy for me because I constantly trim my beard. If you go back to my earliest videos, I might have half an inch beard, and then a month later I have, it grows.
Yeah, mine grows slow. I'd keep it a little trim on it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's you know, back in the, what was it, the like the early 2000s, I had a mustache that was like the from, oh God, what's his name, from Spinal Tap. I did it as a joke, and I just grew it out here.
Yeah,
and it's still the darkest part. So where you see it all dark like that, that's how it had it growing. It's just so weird. And then it's like patchy here, but it grows thick here. I
probably should have researched this before I started trying to grow out the handlebar mustache. But like, what kind of maintenance should I be doing? Because like, it's gotten long enough. I feel like I need to start grooming it.
Yeah,
isn't there a wax or something that you use?
There is wax.
There are beard oil and beard wax, and
Okay.
there are courses. Online on YouTube, can show you how it's done. Yeah, I tried this the Frank Zappa bit for a bit, and that ended with Frank Zappa. After Frank Zappa, the mustache and the, I don't know what you call it, the stamp on the after Frank Zappa, it just isn't viable anymore. It stopped being cool with Frank Zappa's death. When was that? 94, 95?
Did that, was it that? I thought it was later than that.
1993.
Oh man,
he's been gone for a while, and they still play only one of his songs. Is still in rotation in the radio channel. That's Bobby Brown. Hey there, people, I'm Bobby Brown. Dun, 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 dun. Where he gets more and more depraved over time in that song.
Yeah, I'll show you what it looked like whenever I was. I don't have any actual pictures of me, but so this is similar to what I did right here.
Oh,
I had it growing like that with the mustache, and then just the weird
the saxophone style.
So all of this was missing right here, except for that. I used to do it as a joke, and then now look at it. It gets that gray in there, and then has that dark spot. Why?
Yeah, the only part that still has some color is my mustache and a tiny patch here, and that's just I must say I'm glad that I didn't look like this when I was younger, because I was thin and scrawny, and up until 25, 30, then I started to grow seriously.
Then you started putting some muscle on.
Yeah, And
Up
then,
until then, you just
yeah.
you went vertical, and then you started going horizontal.
Yeah, horizontal. Yeah, and since then, I mean, the chest and shoulders have dropped a bit to well.
Well, age does that also. You know,
Yeah,
we have a limited time where we like are in that perfect shape.
gravity takes over for men as well.
Yes,
Just
it
you wait,
does.
kids. Just you wait.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, and just saying, after 50, the bulge is mostly balls.
Jesus.
Well, cheers to that, Nick. Cheers.
Oh, I'm gonna have a drink. That's a lovely
I'm
visual.
here to entertain.
So my wife and I last weekend we were up in the mountains. I have to show you this coffee cup I got. Give me a sec. Oh, nope, that's not it. Give me a second. I want to show that. There we go. So this is the coffee cup we got.
Hold on, where is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I have mine.
I love that coffee cup. So can people get those off of your
Yeah.
YouTube website?
Yeah, I think it should be on my YouTube site on my channel. If you go to my channel and store.
In the store.
Well, no, now it's the tank tops, girl Viking saying hi, and boy Viking saying hi. But I think you can press the link to Teespring, and there you have.
So Teespring does not just T-shirts, but they also do mugs and things like that.
Yep.
And they individualize them, so you can if you end up only selling 5 of them, then you can sell those particular 5.
No, it's they make us make by order. What's it called? Individual
orders.
Yeah. Let's see here.
That's very cool. I like that.
What?
Yeah, I looked at Teespring a while back, and I was like, I don't know. But if I'm able to do good merch, then I'll do that. But I hadn't really looked at it too much.
I'm posting the link to that mug in the chat now.
There we go.
And I'm thinking of doing some Christmas stuff, but that I gotta do quite soon because it's less than a month and a half to Christmas. Yay!
So what would it say? Saint Nick?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't know. Nick. I don't know.
Gotta have your horn for that.
Mad Bad Leroy Brown. No, Bobby Brown was the Frank Zappa song. That was way before Bobby Brown was anything to speak of.
Yeah. There was Mad Leroy Brown, but yeah, Frank Zappa. Interesting story. My one of my bandmates was at the drive-through, Jack in the Box drive-through out in Hollywood, and he sees this girl up in front of him, and she's ordering whatever she's ordering, and he hollers out the window. He goes, I know you're ordering something, but how about I order your number? And all of a sudden, her hand comes popping out the window with a piece of paper. He runs up there and gets the piece of paper, and he opens it while he's standing there, and he goes, it says Moon and has her number on there. And he was like Moon Unit Zappa? She goes, exactly. Drives off. It was the number to her studio. I think she was in town recording some stuff with her brother Dweezil. It was pretty cool.
Dweezil he tried to do his own stuff, but he was always only requested to do his dad's stuff, and that was a bit sad.
Yeah, that was the same with Marley,
Yeah,
Bob Marley's son. You know,
and the same with Lennon's kid.
Yeah, Julie,
excellent musicians, excellent artists, but only requested do your dad stuff, and it's a bit sad.
That's harsh. I would like to see more of these musicians or even actors not be shown in the same light as their parents, because they are individuals.
Yeah, exactly. Because you have, for instance, Depp's daughter he had with Vanessa Paradis.
Yeah,
she's an actor, but
Yeah.
always in the light of mom and dad. Because Vanessa Paradis, she was huge in the 80s. I mean, at least here in Europe. She had songs, she had movies. I mean, everything. And I might have had a crush on her at that time, because she
Maybe
was
one or two.
gorgeous back in the 80s. But she's still good looking, but
Well, and I was talking with Caitlin Comments last night, and she said that it asked me if I'd seen Johnny Depp's daughter. I was like, no, I just don't keep up with celebrities that much. And she was like, oh, she's absolutely gorgeous. I was like, oh, well, that's good to know. I guess you got the good genes of mom and dad there, so or at least mom.
Let's see here. Oh, Jesus. Open picture. Bad picture.
Was her name Violet? I think that's right. That's what they said. It was Violet Depp or Violet. Maybe she's going by her mother's name.
Let's see. Why can't I get there? That's a good picture of Vanessa Paradis back in the day. Hold on. There. I did not realize that was a nipple shot. Oh well.
Oh, nice. So that's
Vanessa Paradis back in the 80s.
I could see that. She looks tiny.
Yeah, she's not a big person. And she did a movie which you could rent, where she had like a 5-second nude thing. And that was back in the day with VCRs, and it was barely that you could see it because all of the rewinding done on the tapes.
Why didn't you just use Google? I'm kidding.
What?
Man, she looks a lot like her mother.
Yeah, Lily Rose. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, huh. Although it's really weird. Her cheekbones look almost fake.
Wait, did VHS tapes have to like get worn at certain parts? So like if you rented it, it wouldn't play as well?
If you back in the day when you rented a VCR, because the movie might show a bit of boob, that part of the video was barely watchable because everybody.
I never knew that.
Surely Taxi, yeah. Translation. No,
Joe
not
the
Joe the Taxi. Joe the Taxi. No. No, that's not the translation.
Oh my gosh! So I'm looking at that taxi right there. What?
Yeah, that's a Fiat 500.
Okay, that's what I was sitting there going, that looks really familiar.
Yeah, you see, a similar model was used in the Mr. Bean, the second movie.
What? I thought he had a Mini Cooper.
Was it a Mini Cooper?
Yeah, I'm positive it was a Mini Cooper. I mean, he might have had it in a different movie, but Mr. Bean was always famous for that little Mini Cooper that he had.
Yeah, but in the movie, let's see here. Trying to see movies with Fiat 500s. Nah. Tom Cruise drove in one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's wild.
I can't find anything with Mr. Bean. Yeah. Oh, we stared at her nipples long enough. Oh, looks like Citroën. It might be a Citroën. I'm not that. If you ask me about older cars, I know what.
Yeah, it's a Mini Cooper. Mr. Bean's was a Mini Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah,
the one car I remember from the 80s is the Volkswagen Golf because I had one.
Oh God, those things are electrical problems out the wazoo.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't the best of cars back then, but it was the cheap car back then. Now they are getting expensive.
Yeah, there
Mr.
it is,
Bean's
right there.
Mm.
It's got it's 1979, 998 cc's, inline 4 overhead cam, 39 horsepower at 4,750 RPM.
Oh.
Maximum speed is 82 miles per hour or 131 kilometers per hour. Price brand new was 2,278. Manufactured Austin Morris, BL Cars Limited. Yeah, those are what, 10-inch tires, something like that. I know Honda made something similar to this because they were all about saving the planet and running fuel economical cars. They started running 4 cylinders, keeping them under 1,000 cc's. They were using motorcycle engines in the Hondas, 10-inch wheels on some of them. I can't remember what model that was, like a 1000 or something like that.
10-inch wheels?
Yeah, 10-inch wheels. They're small, like little tiny wheels.
How can you even go over a speed bump?
You're not supposed to. They're basically just to cut down on the amount of fuel that you're using. But yeah, those are crazy cars.
I had one of these.
Yes.
Called GTI.
Yes.
That's a fun car to drive.
Whenever it's a GTI, if I'm not mistaken, the GTI has the turbo in it. If not, it's called a Golf. So GTI would be Golf.
The GTI means injection. So not necessarily a turbo, but it is injection because the other one had carburetors, but this had an injection motor.
Yeah.
But that was fun to drive. I mean, it weighed less than a go-kart and I think that model had maybe 90 horsepower. And
but they weigh nothing.
Yeah, weighed nothing. And you can, if you put a handle on it, it's a berry picker.
I still like that it has that little hook on the front of it too.
Yeah.
For strapping it down.
Wind resistance. I mean,
oh my gosh.
But I mean, you could at least survive in it if you crashed.
Yeah, the only problem with the Volkswagen back in the day was their electrical problems, and I don't think they've resolved all of them, but they still have electrical problems.
The Citroën can provide some speed bumps French farmers used in their wine fields. Yeah, you have that. What's that called? The Toad.
So I'll show you my first car. I picked. Well, it wasn't my first car, but my favorite car that I ever had. Well, let me see if I can pull up a good image of it here.
This is a beautiful car, by the way. The Citroën Toad.
Oh yeah. That is,
and air hydraulics.
Yep.
So every time you park it, you just. Right.
Gosh.
Oh.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. It's crap in northern climates because everything south of Germany, of North Germany, is crap. Yeah, but everybody wants one, but these are hard to find now,
Does the
and they
panel
are
on the back
what?
like pop off if you have to
Hold on.
change the tire?
That's not the right car.
I'm just wondering how you change the back tires.
Whenever you, if I'm not mistaken on those, the panel would actually pop off. There's
Okay.
Yeah,
more than likely a
it's
couple of
detachable.
bolts
It's
to,
detachable.
yeah,
Okay, so
like
it's real
the
easy.
Cadillacs are the same way.
Yeah.
Cadillacs that have those pieces that drop off, there's actually a wrench that you put up in there and pop those pieces
Interesting.
off, and that's how you can take off the whole tire.
Mm.
So this right here was my first car that I really loved, and I would have owned it for damned ever. This right here, the RX-7.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So that little
sport car imitation.
yeah, it's a Porsche wannabe, basically. But these little boogers are fast as all get out. I remember taking it up to about, and the engine is so damn small. I mean, it's like the engine is this big. It's so tiny, as it's that Apex motor. And it has no cylinders on it because it's an Apex motor. So it has 4 spark plugs that fire. One is your initial and one is your secondary to keep those apexes moving, and they move off center. And then you've got your newer RX-7s that would have like your race cars. I think there are like 8 of those in line or something like that. It's insane. But the amount of power that these little boogers put out is just crazy. I remember taking it up through like the mountains doing like 130. Just, we're talking miles per hour, not like kilometers. We're talking miles per hour. Unfortunately I put mine into a tree at about 45 miles an hour. I ripped the gear shift out of the transmission, busted where the radio was supposed to be. There wasn't one in there. And bent the steering wheel to the dash and put my face into the windshield. Kids, always wear your seatbelts. Always wear your seatbelts.
Yikes.
And it's something, it's only like 80 horsepower or something like that. It's so but it's so light. It's like a little golf cart.
Yeah.
With a fast motor.
Yeah. If I got, I mean, I have a car I want, but I still can't give the correct motivation to get it, and that is the 2015 Dodge Challenger.
Why not? Why? 2015
I mean,
Dodge Challenger. I mean,
if I want the big engine, you're a complete new price range, because you can get one of these for around 60 grand in dollars.
Yeah, but that's usually like the 6-cylinder, not even the V8.
No, this is I think this is, if let me show you this instead. This is in Swedish currency, the 2015, because that's the first year with the new headlights.
6.2. Yeah.
This is a 6.2, and that's around 65,000.
So you're wanting to get the Hellcat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the 2 keys, one with half the horsepowers and one with all the horsepowers.
Yeah.
Because if you ever want to lend it to someone, you give them the half the horsepower, which is quite enough. Then you have the
5.7 liter.
Yeah, with the 380. Then all of a sudden it's 30 grand.
What you're normally going to see is that V6 right there, the 3.6 V6. That's normally what you're going to see.
And that's 19,000, and that's I can motivate the purchase of one, but why would I want a V6?
Exactly, there's no point.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you've got a good connection to get the big V8, and then you just buy it because it's got a blown motor in it, so you get it really cheap, and you just got the body. It's not going to change anything about the car itself. You just take it in and replace it with the engine. You know, that engine's probably you're going to be dropping about 60, 70 grand on it anyway.
Yeah. But but that's a yeah. But it's still, I mean, currently I drive around in a $800 Saab, and it works.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
got
going because
a
I have.
Mazda MX or
Mm,
ARP. What is it?
mm,
It's paid off. That's all that matters. Gets me from
yeah,
point A to point
yeah,
B.
and I pay basically no tax on it. I have to get it into the to have it checked once a year, and it's the past 3 years it's flying colors, and so I change oil. I mean, Saab the 2000 not from 1998 to 2005. These Saabs just don't break down.
Mm-mm.
They simply don't. You might have to change the turbo. That's the one thing that's bad, because they're not supposed to handle because standard in my 9.5 is 185 horsepower.
Yeah.
If you adjust the fuel consumption, as they say, you can get 260 out of it.
Well,
And that's
well, and that RX-7 that I showed is a single barrel. It's a 4-barrel carb, and they make a plate that you place in there, and it'll increase. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it'll increase the horsepower by like 60 or 70, just depending on the thickness of the plate. And once you get it dialed in, I mean, that thing just would zip like crazy. And rear wheel drive, so you're going to roast those tires off of it. The first time I ever drifted was in that damn RX-7. It wasn't intentionally. It's because I was doing like 90 miles an hour coming up on a hairpin turn, and dropped the parking brake and put it into a slide, and managed to smoke the tires all the way into that slide. And yeah, that was a little spooky.
Hi, Nightowl. Yeah. Yes, I was on Megan Fox channel, and she said to subscribe to me. Yay! Welcome here. Welcome here.
Nice.
I hope she will show up eventually. Now,
so I was able to catch the end of the trial that she's been covering. Not the very end of it, but I saw that there was a big award going on.
Yeah.
For that, what was it? The 200 million somewhere.
211 million before punitive, and then another 50 million in punitive. So 261 million plus change.
Yeah, and they're going to appeal.
Sure.
Yeah. Of course they will. And when the headlines are gone, and everything, this will be if she sees any money, she not before age 25, and she's turning 18 soon, because they have nothing to lose now by
dragging it out.
Settle or like waive.
No, because this is the Novo case.
Okay.
That it's new because it involved the death of the mother.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe not the parts regarding herself.
Okay.
But that part, and if they successfully in appellate court and higher can remove that part, then all of a sudden all the monies become substantially lower.
I see.
But my question would be, and I'm not an attorney, so I don't know how this works out, but that particular, so like in the state of Georgia, because we file appeals, and usually whenever you're filing an appeal, you're going to have to come up with the amount of money it would be for that appeal. So say, for example, you sue me for 100 million. You win. For me to file that appeal, I have to post 100 million into a bond that goes into the court, and that way, if I lose, you get the money. So
some
states, they will do like the amount plus like 10% or like double it, that kind of thing. I'm not sure about that particular state.
Yeah, I think I heard either Rob or Peter saying around, the number that has been tossed around is a $50 million bond.
That's ridiculous. That's not good. That's bad.
Yeah.
So if they want to appeal,
if they want to appeal, they have to put in a $50 million bond.
That's change. That's chump change.
They
for
have
them.
40 in the bank right now.
No, that's just for them. That's not their entire operation. That's just one small portion of it. That whole enterprise is what, $8 billion?
Yeah, the entire enterprise, but this local hospital has a revenue of $540 million.
Well, now would the whole conglomerate be responsible?
I asked Peter, and they can, but you still have to, because the entirety is an umbrella company for the entirety, but all hospitals are separate entities. So then you have to prove to remove that veil between umbrella company and the separate entity, and that's kind of hard.
That's going to be a cluster.
Yeah, and they had 40 million in the bank, sitting around. Then they have an additional 25 million in investment.
I think that's what I heard you say.
Yeah, 25 million in investment accounts. Then they have their properties are valued at 600 million. And that was when they bought it, years ago in Florida.
Well, now, is this what they're paying taxes on the property or what it's actually valued at?
I don't know. That's what they said on the in the calculations. But all in all, I think that the plaintiff's accountant said they had with property, money in the bank, investments, and bonds, 1.2 billion. If they sold everything and rented their land and properties and everything,
which they wouldn't have any problem doing because they're under John Hopkins, the whole business model.
Yeah, they could sell it to the umbrellas and rent it from the umbrella. That's done all the time. Even in my farm is a separate entity, and when I build my studio, then I will build it under the farm and rent it to myself. That's how you do. Because if I don't, taxes, and this, so for them that's just the same thing but scaled up.
Yeah,
immensely. And,
I'm back in a couple minutes.
I'll see you in a second, Dolly.
See you. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Night Owl. And
it's absolutely insane that. And because they can't bring all this kind of stuff out in court.
Ooh, I need to find this. Yeah,
that's good.
Because now she is a judgment in a civil suit that she was battered in the occasion when she was put in the lap of that horrible human being.
Yes,
and I said this on Twitter yesterday. I think I put out. Let me get that so I don't say anything wrong here. Yeah, I said so here. Catherine Beatty. Non-consensual hugging and kissing a child is called SA of a minor in most countries in the civilized world. How many kids has she done this to? And and we know that she was charged, but they dropped the charges in 2007. She and one other against a boy who they alleged to put down on the floor, knee to the neck, and stopped him from screaming with a towel all over the mouth. Yeah. I mean, that woman with the other C word have handled over between 300 and 400 cases together. How many lives have those two ruined? How many families have they ruined the past 15 years? It's the amount of evil. It's, yeah. But I will try to
But
find
here's
that.
I think one of the worst parts about that is they don't even look at it that way. They look at it as we're giving the love that their parents are not giving them. That's how they look at it. They think of themselves as some sort of savior to these kids.
Yeah, it's
Because if
God
you ask them,
complex.
they honestly don't think that they've done anything wrong.
Yeah,
They
it's on
view
common
that as
TV.
just normal business.
Yeah.
It's just it's and
Oh no.
that's the hard part about it's like how do you tell somebody that they're doing something wrong when they don't know that they're doing something wrong?
Exactly.
Like it doesn't register with them.
Let's see your videos.
So bad.
Is live? No. Let's go to their webpage.
Did Shizzy watch the trial? Murph? No, I did not watch the trial. I
There
was
it is.
very busy. I did not watch the trial. But
Oh,
just hearing enough about it, I was not happy with that group at all.
let's see here what they say.
Let's do it.
We want to turn to the Take Care of Maya civil trial now. Yesterday, the jury found Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital liable for 7 claims against then 10-year-old Maya Kowalski, which included false imprisonment and battery. Jurors awarded the family a total of more than $260 million in damages, but the hospital may not be out of legal trouble just yet. The Kowalskis are now filing a criminal complaint for sexual assault. The issue came up very early in the civil trial when their attorney, Gregory Anderson, addressed it outside the presence of the jury.
I said, Maya, we're going to dismiss Ms. Beatty. Now, are you telling me every single encounter you had there? I need to know every single encounter, no matter how big or small you think it is. And she told me one story about them dancing around her to try to get her to get out of bed and dance. And we know about this. Then she broke down, and then she told me that she had a doctor come in, and she figured it was a doctor because she described him as being tall, thin, glasses. I think she said round glasses, and dirty blonde hair with a lab coat on. She could identify his belt and his pants. The doctor walked in, male, without chaperone or assistant. The doctor walked over to her and said, "May I take a peek?" The doctor pulled down Maya's pajamas. This was pretty late in the day. I know it was short shorts or pajamas, but it had a drawstring. Pulled them down, pulled her panties down, and then stared at her vagina for, Maya said, long enough for her to be not only startled, but start to cry. Whereupon he turned around, went to the door, turned over around his shoulder and said, "Thanks." She never saw him again. Now, as an officer of the court, I swear everywhere, had I known anything about this, I would have immediately brought to the attention of both the court and to opposing counsel. I then waited. I've waited for the past 3 or 4 days, however long it's been, because I wanted to corroborate before I brought this before the court. So Maya was able to locate a witness where approximately 2 years, a little less than 2 years after it happened, she told a young man who was a friend of hers what happened, and he is willing to testify about it.
Now, the defense argued the plaintiffs could not add that claim to the.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
hearsay. So Murph's turf is saying, watch the trial, believe that the hospital saved her life. Betty was fired and should have been. Dr. Smith was never employed by the hospital, but they allowed her too much latitude. So I can, and that's the thing is any hospital by default is usually going to try to attempt to save anybody's life. It's what happens while you're in the care of somebody's hospital that becomes egregious. If you're under the care of somebody, you're supposed to be under the care of somebody, and you should be free from any sort of physical, mental abuse from that hospital. A hospital does not have all the latitude to make decisions on behalf of a person or a human, just because they feel that they should.
Yeah, and you have that instance with holding her down, undressing her, taking photos. Now they argued in court this was a part of the treatment to check for bruises, check for anything, Here's the thing, those photos was never entered into her chart, her medical chart.
That should have been entered into her chart if there was something that they found.
Yeah, and even if they didn't find anything, if you take photos inside a hospital, then why was it still in her camera years later?
It's just wrong.
Yeah,
just
and never entered into her medical documents. That's one of the oddities in this. And she was, even if they didn't lock the door at all times, she could barely move.
Right.
She was locked in there. Mom, Dad wasn't allowed to visit. They and if you want to see Steve Gosney's reaction to them throwing
the sacraments away. I heard about that today. That is just wrong.
Yeah, and even if you're not Catholic or Christian or whatever, I mean,
I'm not, and I'm very anti-religious, but I will tell you, if I would never do that to anybody. That is their belief. That is what makes them, and you're taking that away. It's like taking a piece of their soul away, and I don't agree with that. What is DCF orders? I don't understand what DCF is.
DCF, that's the State of Children's blah blah blah, whatever it is.
Children's, okay.
Yeah.
Well, DCF, I don't trust Child Protective Services at all, and I have good reason for this. I was placed in the foster system for a period of time, and
even if they didn't throw
assholes.
Them away, even if they didn't throw them away, they would take them from her.
Yes, that's just a serious violation of your rights. I mean, in more ways than one.
Yeah, I mean, Poland is Catholic to its core. The Polish people are Catholics, maybe even more than Italians. They are very devoted to
ask my grandparents, because I'm half Polish, so ask my grandparents. God rest their souls.
And so, and she tried to pray. They tried to pray over the phone, and then the phone call ended mid-prayer. I mean, you just don't do that.
No. When DCF should be held accountable too, but they never will. The states never. You can't sue the state. So what are you left with? You're having to go after a hospital, and the hospital is surrounded by lots of money, lots of donors, and their legal teams far surpass.
But the court order was based on the hospital testimony. They suspected that the mother tried to get ketamine in with the water,
but they never tested it.
Never tested. So it was court ordered, but the court can't order without testimonials about, okay, why should we accept the removals of her sacraments?
They do this kind of stuff all the time and get away with it.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
Schiller.
you think this is just an isolated situation that you're noticing? What about the people that are too afraid to step forward?
Yeah.
You know, how many hundreds of thousands of children have stepped through those doors since they opened? How many times have they made mistakes?
Yeah. There are plenty of people within the Children's Protective Services that are good people who try to do good.
Absolutely.
They are severely underfunded, but then you have these people with God complex who will do everything, including lying to courts, because the end justifies the means.
Yes. Because they think they're saving the world, because we've seen this before. They're making assumptions based on things that are not true.
Yeah.
On their own personal beliefs.
Yeah. And we talked on Megan's, when did all these new cases of Munchausen by proxy? And because before 2015, it was an extremely rare condition, more or less unheard of. And all of a sudden, as one of the doctors for the defense said, he has a clinic where he treats and he sees this all the time. Why? How? Where did all of these come? And yeah, it's your fault.
Hey,
the bonnets.
Can't hear you. Hold on.
How are you doing?
The wrong thing.
It's the lovely Megan Fox, not the one
Yeah.
with the toe thumbs.
Hi guys, sorry, my headphones were plugged into the wrong computer. I've got like a million screens in front of me, and I couldn't hear you. I was like, "Oh crap!"
Oh God,
How you doing?
you're doing good. Good to see you
Doing good.
again.
Yeah.
Did Nicholas buy his bonnet yet? That's what I want to know.
No, because my chat hasn't super chatted yet.
What?
Yeah, gotta
Did
have
you
the
show
super
them
chats
the
there.
picture of the bonnet?
I haven't yet. I thought I would wait. Okay, chat. Let's show what a hair bonnet looks like.
This is very important for your hair care. Yes. I'm gonna get one.
You don't? Are you trying to relax your hair? Is that what's going on? Because
No,
it
it
gets
protects
too wild.
it protects it from all the the pillow and the tossing and turning, and it keeps it moisturized. It's all good things.
Yeah, I can get a turban bonnet if I want to.
Yeah, you could get a turban. You might look pretty awesome in a turban.
You probably would look pretty cool in a turban bonnet.
Yeah, they come in different styles. You don't have to have the one with the big bow.
Adjustable leopard bonnet.
Yes, you could get one with leopard spots. Yeah.
So you use silk for the bonnet instead of just like microfiber or anything
it's
like
satin,
that?
actually. It's satin.
Satin. Why wouldn't you use silk instead of satin? Just curious.
Because I think silk would make, I think your hair would would get caught on that. Satin, it kind of slips around.
Now, in order for me to get this, I need to reach a level of intoxication.
Oh.
And,
so it has to be the drunk Nick ordering it for the sober Nick.
More, yeah, because Megan was nice enough to not send me this until a few minutes before the stream started. I sent it to my girlfriend to say, what do you think? And the answer was silence, and then not when I'm there.
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh my. Oh my.
A Viking in a turbot bonnet. Yeah, talk about cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So chat, step one for you is getting me to the point I'm actually buying this. Step 2 is wearing it. Step 3 is film me
wearing it online.
Yeah, online. I think we need to start a poll on which type you should get.
Yes.
Like, should we
God.
I think
the
so.
turban or the bonnet or the elastic bonnet with
And
the
what color?
leopard print? Right.
I think pink.
It was more like just a giant hairnet.
Or hot leopard print.
No, I'm thinking it should be it should be in total contrast of his beard, like black. Make him look like a Swami.
Yeah, I think a black turban would be very handsome. But
Black or
he's going to
red?
thank me because this is going to protect his hair and make it really nice.
It's gonna be like Professor Quirrell and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yes, just like Professor Quirrell.
I'm so glad
exactly
somebody
right.
got that reference.
So yeah, like the black or the red. I don't. You don't look like a blue kind of guy.
Ooh,
Or maybe the
microfiber.
red one, the red turban.
Yeah,
That might be a look.
that might be a look.
Yeah, I started the poll. Turban, leopard, or tie bonnet.
Okay.
Then we can go into the
colors. Then we'll get the color
colors.
down.
Yeah.
You have to run
and,
around the house in your turban screaming, "There's a troll in the dungeon!"
Oh, God.
We are nerds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Now,
don't think that I don't think the tie
these
bonnet
are
would work.
$40.
Jeez.
And in order for me to get there by YouTube super chats, just for the cost, I don't know what how much does it cost to ship the thing?
Yeah.
What, you can't get it in the get it in your
Geez,
country?
do they even do international shipping?
They do international shipping.
Oh, perfect.
But the turban one, scroll down to that because I'm interested. I need to know more about the turban one.
Mm-hmm.
So, does it pop on, or how does it work?
Or do you have to like wrap
so when you tie your hair up, like when you go to bed, anyway. Because Nicholas, you tie your hair up, right?
Yeah.
And then you just put it on over that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, here is the black no tie adult turban.
So do you do like a man bun when you tie it up?
I usually just do a ponytail on top of my head.
Okay.
I don't know what Nicholas does.
Taxes and shipping calculate. Okay, so this is before taxes. Let's see.
So
where we need to-
$36.95 for that one.
Plus taxes.
Yeah, plus tax, of course.
Jesus Christ. They won't show it until I actually buy it, you motherfucker.
Oh, isn't that always the way?
Yeah,
Democrats
so
are like, why didn't we think of that?
The first step for me even getting there, first of all, okay, every $50 I take a shot. Then I need monies to buy this abomination. So yeah. So
and you need social lubrication to actually hit the purchase button.
I like that word.
I mean, we are talking about maybe with taxes and shipping, we are talking $100 already.
I mean, there are cheaper ones on Amazon. That's true. There's cheaper ones.
I'm curious, Nick. Have you thought about taking Valhalla's advice and doing your hair in cornrows?
No.
I think that's a little cultural appropriate.
Not really.
How is that?
Vikings used to cornrow their hair all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That it's somebody culturally appropriated it from the Vikings.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I think it's just
they're called Dutch rolls.
It's a worldwide known way to keep hair under control for all people.
Okay.
All people can braid their hair.
Yes.
Between $10 and $40.
I
like that leopard one she's wearing.
Oh, they've got turbans on here too. These are great. Yeah. Look at that. $368.
Oh no, this is.
Oh, you need one of those. You need one of the long hair ones. Look, look at the long hair one. Yeah, there you go.
That is a long-haired one. So you just tuck it all up in there, and then whenever you tie it up, you don't have to put it in a man bun. You just tuck all your hair in there.
Around $13, free delivery. Okay.
Yeah, that's much better because then you can just tuck all your hair into it. You don't have to put it in a bun. You just have it in there, and then you tie the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Those,
Why are they so expensive? I
no,
don't
that's
know.
Swedish bucks.
That's Swedish. That's not 128. That's like 13.
That's not American dollars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about $13. But you still, folks, you still need to get me there. And,
you might be able to get them like 2 or 3 of them if you do it right. Like you could get multiple colors.
He could
You could have a black one
kinds,
and a red
he
one.
could get the long hair one, or he could get the turban, and he could get the leopard print one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For, I mean, at these prices, he can get several.
Yes.
Yeah. Different color for every day.
Kitty Boo Boo, what would be the fun of that?
That's no fun. I guess you could, but that's no fun.
Yeah. Now I count in gifted memberships. I count in through PayPal. PayPal has like a 5%, and YouTube does 40%, something about that. But
What
you
about
still
Cash
need to
App?
get
Are
me
you
there.
allowed to do Cash App?
Nope.
Is
PayPal.
Cash App just a US thing?
Yeah, US Canada thing, I think.
So I'm curious, Nick, whenever you do your PayPal, is it done as a donation or is it done as okay.
Donation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Gigi posted it a while ago. I will find it. And
yeah, I actually have I use it would be considered a do-rag, but what it is just a tube that I can fill up with water, and it's more of like a, what do you call it, spandex, and you can wrap it and tie it, and it keeps your head moist and cool. I'll use that whenever I'm working in the shop in the heat of the summer, just to help keep the sweat out of the eyes.
That's smart.
It is.
Keep your head cool.
Okay, so now we know what I can find cheaper. So so the cost of the bonnet, not that much, but you need to get me there, folks.
Yeah,
you need to get me there.
I, for one, want to see this happen. This needs to happen. I can't imagine anything more fun.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, I can get us a bit started with a Zlatopramen. This is Amber Bohemian Lager.
What's the percentage on that there?
Hold on. 4.8.
Oh, I've got you
Jeez,
about the
I got
same.
Bud Light's bigger than that.
I've got the Gaelic Ale from the Highland Brewing Company, Asheville, North Carolina. It's a 5.5. And I just keep it in this nice little koozie right here where it keeps it nice and cold.
This
so
is
I
a
can
good
just
color
sit
to
on.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, this has a good one.
What's your PayPal? I'm sending one. How do I send you something on PayPal?
It's pinned on the top of the chat.
Oh,
it's right there.
Wait.
Ghost Tree has it. It's HTTPS, PayPal.
I'm only seeing it on StreamYard. I guess I have to go over to YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at it.
I can hold on, so I can post it in the private chat. Dun, dun, dun. What? No, Ghost Trees doesn't work.
No, that doesn't work.
Uh-oh, we better fix that.
This is the proper one, and I will pop it into the private chat. There. Kitty Boo Boo, the PayPal link above is Borken. Unhung Hero is in the chat. Sweet dumpster Jesus, get the bonnet fine growing. Yeah, we had a discussion in the chat just before you entered with Murph's Turf, where that the removal of the sacraments were by court order.
What?
And yeah, but the court order was based on testimonials from the hospital
Mm.
that the
Okay, what was
mother
the
tried to sneak in ketamine in the sacraments or something of that
So
sort.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and they never tested it.
It would be one thing if they tested it and they found it, but just that they didn't even
Yeah.
do that, you know, or just keep an eye on it. If
Yeah. And even if the mother had psychological issues before, I mean,
Yeah.
you still need to get there, and they got her there. And the text messages and emails after she self-ended, I mean, the plaintiffs, when they talked about it, said, this has happened before in this hospital,
multiple
and it
times.
has. Yeah,
Yeah.
where parents have been driven to self-ending.
Oh, and I agreed with you, Megan, on that, where, you know, it's like they should just completely bankrupt that entire branch
Yep.
of the hospital and shut it the hell
Shut
down.
it down. Shut it down.
It's not going to break that company at
Did
all.
you
No, I mean,
hear?
they're an
Did you
$8
hear
billion
Attorney
company.
Hunter? Did you hear him on Core TV? Did anybody see that interview?
I heard it on
Mm.
Peters, but I can't find that.
They still don't get it. I couldn't find it either. I don't know where these people find all this stuff. I swear.
Yeah.
I
But I
looked for it.
remember his, not exact words, but he started out saying he feels so sad for the people working, and
Ugh.
everybody was expecting him saying working there now, but no,
Right.
he felt sad for the people who took care of Maya.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And that includes Catherine Bollocks, or whatever her name is, and
Catherine
there's-
Beatty.
yeah, Beatty.
These are people that honestly think that they've done nothing wrong.
Yeah. And Catherine Beatty was 2007. Her and a colleague of her was charged with assault of a minor.
Good.
Now, yes, the prosecution, what's it called? Took away. Yeah, they didn't. They dropped the charges. But in the article I wrote, she denied putting the knee on the child. She didn't deny hindering him from screaming by a towel over the mouth. And
well, Melissa made a very point. So annoyed I had to go out and do. It was Murph's turf. Shutdowns. All the people uninvolved lose their jobs. That makes sense. No, that's not the thing. Is even the people that are involved, they'll just shuffle them to another part of the hospital.
Yeah,
and they'll continue on with the same.
Yeah,
same
it will be
bullshit
bought
that they
up by
do.
somebody else, because the hospital and the gear and the equipment and everything, it's there. It will be bought by someone else, including the umbrella company.
Yes.
And that also gives them a chance to circulate employees, so to speak. But they don't want
I
to.
think it was
Murph
disgusting.
is so wrong on this. He's saying, "Oh, they've made changes. They know they're wrong." No, they haven't made changes.
No,
they just
they
shuffle
haven't.
people out.
And they never
is-
admitted wrong. They never admitted wrongdoing. They actually
They won't.
continued to say
Mm.
over and over again. Hunter actually said that they saved this girl's life. How dare they say that? It's absurd.
Mm.
It's absurd. They
Thank
never.
you, Merster.
You know what else he said? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I love you too, Merster. And here's the thing: I want people to disagree with me. Even call me a jackass if you want to. I can handle it. I've been called worse. I mean, once you get stabbed once, words don't really hurt.
Jesus.
And I mean,
They don't.
You got to tell that story sometime.
Private matter.
Okay.
It wasn't in the line of work. I would have been threatened by most weapons in existence, but nobody really wants to actually put damage to a union rep, because there's a lot of us here in Sweden.
Yeah.
And we will bring you down if you do. Without hesitation.
The other-
Legally
the other
bring it
thing-
down.
No,
legally.
legally, yes.
The other thing
Yeah,
that
legally.
the other thing that Hunter said that really bothered me was he said that they never offered the Kowalskis a settlement because they never believed they were wrong. For one, I think that's a total lie.
No.
Yes.
I have a feeling, and more than a feeling, because I've talked to people who are close to this case, that there absolutely was a settlement offer.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous to get up there and say there was no settlement offer. Frankly, I think the family ought to come out and say, yeah, they did offer a settlement.
would
Here's
have
what
been
they
bad.
offered.
Now, this is lawyer speak, because when they say we didn't make them an offer, that means not an offer on paper.
Yes.
Right.
They could have sat at the table and said, if I said there's 20 million to get out
And
of
I'm
this,
not
what would you
saying
say?
that.
What would you say that?
Right.
I'm not saying there is, but
But let's
if I
say.
did, that's not technically an offer.
Well, I thought that
And yeah,
Peter said,
and
was it
Murtaugh,
Peter?
yes, they have done a reorganization. Problem is, it's the same people there.
Right. It
all
just
the same
just because they move someone that's a bad actor into an administrative position does not mean
Yeah.
that they got rid of them. They just put them in a different position.
Hey, didn't the Catholic Church do that?
Yes.
No,
With some
Catholic Church
priests?
would never do something like that.
Actually, and the public school system, our public school system
Oh, yes.
does
Yeah.
the same thing, and they move
Yes.
teachers who abuse kids. They just move them to a different school. The thing is, though, is that if they didn't make an offer, they should all be fired, because
Yeah, that would be stupid.
Ooh,
not too.
that would be
Jesus
so
Christ.
stupid.
That would
They-
be legal
need to-
malpractice, basically.
Well, right. I mean, so that means they cost their client an additional probably $150 million because they didn't
Easily.
settle.
Yeah.
Are you telling this family probably would have settled for $50 million?
I don't know if they would have.
I think
think
they
they
might
wanted-
have.
Really?
I think they wanted to expose this out. No different
do too.
than
That was my
Depp
feeling.
wanted to bring it out. Yeah, he could have
Yeah.
hushed all that
And,
stuff up and made it go away.
But it was.
And
principle
thank you,
enough.
Megan, plus
Right.
2 others who I can't mention because it's not the same name in the PayPal as in the chat. I know roughly who you are, but since I don't want to reveal your actual names. And that brings us to... Where's my shot glass?
Drinking time.
I need to get the shot glass. Everybody, let's make a round of... grifting time. So you people grift away while I get...
Oh, grifting time. Well, Megan, you go ahead and grift away.
All right. Well, tonight at 10 p.m., I'm going to be streaming with Legal Vices, Flux, Chandler Remington, MG Law, and others. And we are going to be doing the second part of the dramatic read-through of the dependency hearing for Maya Kowalski that happened in January. It was the last dependency hearing before her mother self-harmed, and we got through half of it last week or a couple Fridays ago, and we're going to do the second half tonight, so that we're really trying to rip the lid off of what's happening in the family court system and what happened in this case. I'm not done with this case. I want to know everything they did to this family, and we only got to hear a very little bit of it because everything that was done in the dependency court was kept out. So that's what we're going to do at 10 p.m. on my channel. So get over there and subscribe. Make sure that you hit the alarm button so you know.
Yeah, and if I'm still awake, I will join.
Yeah.
Salvador.
Now, let's see here. I got... Dun. Yeah, so we are past the first $50 shot
Awesome.
and $8 or $9 into the next one. Yay! Thank you. Thank you, folks. Thank you so much.
Let's hear about you,
Yep.
Sal.
Hmm?
Let's hear about you, Sal.
What about you?
Yeah.
Grifting time.
We're
Grift away.
grifting. We're-
I have a channel, Dolly Talk. I cover court cases, funny moments, making fun of people on trial who are weird, news, stuff like that.
Yeah, the cell covers a lot of peen art.
Well, people who are Mark Jensen, for one.
Mark
I don't know if
Jensen,
you know
yeah.
him.
When was that
Um,
case? 2008?
The original trial, yeah. And there was a
The
original
original
trial this
trial.
year.
But they had a retrial on that just
Yeah,
recently.
in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I-
unalived his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a compendium of drawings of peens in different sizes and colors.
Pictures. He had
Pictures.
2,200 peen photos on his hard drive, 800 of which
lot of
were
peen.
organized by size.
Yeah, and because he allegedly claimed that his wife was cheating on him,
Yeah.
so he committed psychological torture by showing her these pictures and stuff like that. What is this? His peen? And and eventually he ended her.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Sounds
a hell of a
crazy.
trial.
So he wrote a
Terrible trial.
I
490.
followed that.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
was
you
not
knew that.
impressed. I was not impressed with the prosecution on that at all.
Oh no, guys!
I think they could have done a
Yeah.
much better job
Yeah.
without dragging it out as much as they did. But yeah, he was. Did I agree with the jury's outcome? Absolutely, but
Yeah.
I just did not like the prosecution on that.
Yeah. And for the people who just joined, this is today's, I can't say it's a fundraiser because it is. It's about you getting me abbreviated enough to actually purchase one of these things. And that's step one. And step two is actually wearing it to bed. And step
Parsi.
3 will be, I might do a stream
With the
me
bonnet?
trying this on.
With the bonnet?
Yeah, with the bonnet.
That would be
with the
so
bonnet.
awesome.
Yeah. But step 1 is first you get me, Oh, Jesus Christ.
Step one is get him to purchase the bonnet. You
Yeah.
got to get the drunk Nick to buy it for the sober Nick.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. Somebody has been sending me stuff. Or at least
More
one
stuff?
stuff. No, not more stuff. Because without any emails, anything, all of a sudden I got a text, you have this to pick up. And I got the package. And this was just before Halloween, and somebody sent me this.
Love it.
That's cool.
And I checked my emails to see if Drunk Me didn't purchase it. No, purchased it from my side for this one. So somebody found me, my address, and everything, and decided this is something we need to. Now this might
That
be
would look
one.
awesome underneath that Viking helmet.
It does.
Yeah, it would.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Wouldn't that
Ooh,
look
that-
so good?
It would.
Yeah.
Wonder if you could fit the
Ne-
helmet
next-
on over it.
Next Halloween. Next Halloween.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but either this is for somebody who knows me and knows I think this is hilarious, or it's one of the diaper Nazis in the Delphi case who tries to intimidate me. In that case,
Are there really people trying to go after you?
so far I maybe half a dozen death threats, but nothing serious, nothing I take seriously, because
Oh,
they
yeah,
still
in
have to
Europe.
get here, and and
Jeez.
then you have to be. The first one I got, I know people who know who you are. If you know people who know who I am, you wouldn't say it, because the people I know. I mean, I'm a union rep. I have represented bikers. I have represented people. If you
And you
try
have a-
to intimidate me by people I know, you're in trouble.
I mean, and Europe has a pretty hardcore biker game.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I posted my Amazon wish a while ago about different jackets and sports coats and stuff like that. But that's a month ago. Maybe
I
that's
started
where.
setting up one. Never got around to finishing it.
Let's see if I still have it.
Did I tell you? I don't think I told you this. Nicholas, did you see that Dr. Corcoran set up a YouTube channel?
Oh, really?
He's going to be Dr. Corcoran, Dr. Goodhair, you know, the guy
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the Maya Kowalski trial. He has posted a video that he's going to start talking about that case and helping
wow.
people. He's going to
Oh,
help
wow.
people. He wants to help people who are dealing with the medical system and ethical problems. He wants to take questions and help people. He is going to be on my channel on Monday.
Yeah.
We're going to have a
Nice.
conversation about how you protect yourself in the medical institutions where it could all go wrong, you know. Did you see it? I'll put the link in the private chat if you want to. It's only like 3 minutes. He's such an interesting and nice guy. I had a conversation with him on the phone, and we talked forever. And he's,
Well, you know, if you'll do me a favor, Megan, because you're going to be talking with him, ask him how to avoid a lot of the intimidation tactics that doctors place on people. And the only reason I've mentioned this is, you know, at the point where they were requiring people to get a certain jib jab and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people saying, no, I don't want to do it. And they're like, yeah, we're not even going to treat you because if you haven't done this, we're not going to treat you. How you avoid those kinds of pitfalls where you just like, yeah, then I'll just move on to somebody else. But then there is nobody else. You can't get any sort of health care because nobody's going to want to treat anybody.
Yeah, because and the few doctors that actually talked or stood against the vaccine or didn't support it
were
great.
arrested.
You're getting my channel yeeted now.
I'm being very, very quiet.
Oh,
and somebody was noticing Megan's hair, and I was just like, that reminds me of like the 80s beat, like Depeche Mode kind of, you know, got
us
a
big
little bit
hair
of highlights
girls
in it.
us big hair girls, we have very little I guess options. It's either big and crazy or big and frizzy. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of options.
Well,
so
and
yes,
the
80s was a great decade for me because I always was in style. But whatever.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. This is, by the way, my wish list. Different kind of sports
good
coats.
Lord. Mine is just cat toys and treats right now.
See, now all you got to do is get him the leopard skin with a leopard skin turban.
Where are you going to wear these?
Right here on the stream.
This is normally for my Finally Fridays and stuff like that. For instance, now I'm wearing the Viking outfit but without the helmet.
Or if he goes to a pimp convention.
A pimp convention, that would be perfect.
Yeah. You just need a cane.
Are you going to be escorting whores somewhere?
Yeah, because I have this red sports coat. I have the playing cards.
Would you wear this
coat,
into court?
Oh, fuck no. Oh, no. No.
It'd be a My Cousin Vinny judge he'd have.
No.
You need to wear something
jacket,
with
a purple dinner jacket.
I had to take, over the course of 30 plus years, maybe 5 cases has gone to court. And because I'm a negotiator, my case, each of these 5 times where we couldn't get to an agreement is a failure on my side, in my opinion. Because in labor law, you never want, especially in Sweden, you never want to set an accidental precedent.
Oh,
because those because one case here, I can win it, but that also means I can lose 10 other cases that has slightly different facts.
It'll set a precedent for your next people you represent.
Yeah.
Well, my wife ran into one of those exact cases where she was actually planning on losing because she had something else that was under appeal that because she had based certain facts on one particular portion of it, this one case comes up and the judge is like wanting to rule in her favor. She's like, please don't rule in my favor on this.
And in Swedish labor law, in Swedish labor law, you have two, as a union rep, I have 2 responsibilities: the collective agreement and the member. And if these 2 collide, collective agreement has a precedent.
Okay. I was
because the collective agreement protects everybody. This client, in rare occasions when these 2 collide, I have to choose
the collective agreement.
The collective agreement. And
is that the same in the US?
That might mean that means if none of these luckily hasn't gone to court, because I managed to get some kind of an agreement in place, or settlement in some cases, and in 1 or 2 cases, I had to tell my member, move on. You're healthy, you're young, just move on.
And right now we've got a case that's going up for appeal in district. We're just waiting on the county to get their head out of their nether regions, which might be
The
another
government?
year or so. Yeah, it's what it is there was an eviction on somebody, and this eviction was because they signed into a contract, and no matter how you want to look at it, they basically came in. This person was going to lose their house in tax foreclosure sale. This person came in beforehand, basically purchased the property, gave them an opportunity to do a payback on it, and also they could rent in the meantime, and they never came up with the money for the payback, and so they took it to magistrate, because you basically have to evict somebody in magistrate court, and they're limited on the amount of funds that you can do in magistrate. There's a cap that you can reach. So they took it to magistrate. Magistrate court said nope, they need to go, and they're gonna, if they continue to stay there until this case, if they, for example, take it to appeal, which would be the Superior Court of the state of Georgia, or that particular county, then they would have to continue paying rent for this. Well, the last rent payment they never made, which meant they should have been evicted immediately, and it was written into that was what the judge ruled in the first place. The next judge came in and said, nope, this is a contract issue, so that you can't evict them. You never should have run an eviction. You should have been under contract, blah, blah, blah. And now they're going to have to appeal it, which it could be another year or two before this goes. And it's just like the funds are just racking up on this poor lady. And if she would have been, because she's soft sit kind of like Lemmy, it's just like, the court system is really screwy in this, but it's there to protect people. And if people abuse the court system, it just turns out so poorly for them.
Oh, Kaiser Pineapple has an estimated time of arrival in 10 minutes. Yay!
Love it.
Yes,
Pineapple.
Yeah.
Sovereign citizens, though, have an uphill battle all the time, and they
Yeah,
make
they
make it very hard for themselves. Unfortunately.
Yes. There was a bankruptcy thing that my wife was involved in, that she ended up finally handing off to somebody else. But this guy, if he would have just paid whatever fines he needed to pay, he would have been fine, because it ended up that he ran up so many bills in fighting this, because they couldn't locate him, because he was constantly filing things that didn't need to be filed. He ended up owing money. He would have walked away with a cool few $100,000, but because he wanted to be a bonehead about it, and file bad filings, blew through it all.
I only talk about cases 10 years or older, and 20 years ago, I had this warehouse owner who built a new warehouse. I've told this story to my members. And this warehouse, we're in Sweden. Half the year, it's cold, wet, or frozen. And he managed to build a warehouse where the dock for, in and out, with the forklifts, when they drove out with the pallets, there were no roof, and there was no safety rail. So if it was icy, they might have driven. So we came there before any accident happened, and we told him, hey, these are the government regulations you need to oblige to. We can settle this with negotiations. You build it and everything is cool. A year and a half later, he managed. What?
That seems
fair.
fair.
It's fair. Yeah, seems fair. But this guy was so boneheaded that at one point he actually built a fence so we couldn't get in there to inspect it. He put in more money in building a fence around the warehouse than it would have cost him to build a fucking roof.
Oh.
And he went bankrupt due to his lawyer fees.
Oh.
Yes.
Because he was so boneheaded, just because he anti-union. And the only reason we were there was because nobody wants the government to get involved, because they will always fix things up. Build a roof, get the safety rail, and we're gone.
Yeah.
Had he done that, the cost would have been maybe 20 grand.
Yeah.
And this was a newly built warehouse. We are
And
talking
on top of that, you would have created some work for your local people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, he was so boneheaded anti-union that he did everything in his power, and that meant that let's apply some more pressure. Let's apply some more pressure, because sooner or later the government will get involved and they will fork you up. But no, he chose to take the alternate route, and then all of a sudden, instead of spending 20 grand on a roof, guardrails, he ended up owing his lawyers. I think his final bill was 125,000
for 20 grand that he could have had it done.
Yeah, and there are those people, and I know, the unions. Well, we don't need the unions anymore, and that might apply to the United States, because the United States unions are based on pure socialism. While the European unions are based on democratic socialists. Now, the first unions were created by liberals, not socialists, because socialism didn't exist when the first unions
you mean in
began.
the U.S. or?
Nice.
No, in the U.S. So the U.S. unions, in my opinion, are revolutionary socialists.
Yes.
Our unions are more democratic socialists, as in negotiate. While in the United States, it's let's bring this case to court and fight until the bitter end.
Because we've got all of this money.
Yeah.
What else are we going to do with it?
Yeah, and you have
donate
this
it to Democrats.
What do you call it? The choose to work or right to work.
The right to work laws.
Yeah. And once those are in place, you're forced to pay the union.
No, I think it's the opposite.
No. Right to work is completely different. So right to work means that you can be fired without reason.
Okay. Yeah. I meant the other way around, with the right to work.
You can also be hired in without
being a union member.
Yeah.
You can be hired.
But I know that
which we're usually in favor of, because otherwise unions take their power here anyway. This is how they do it, and they will just completely shut out. They will abuse it. They will raise the rates so high that companies can't pay it. So then they get punished or protested against for hiring people who will take the money they can pay.
Yeah, and that is what I suspect will happen now with the auto worker.
The UAW, yeah.
Yeah, UAW. That they got too greedy.
Yes. Oh, they're very greedy, and
every union we have is greedy.
Well, I worked for a welding company up in Kentucky that
This might be why I never get invited to be a speaker at the U.S.
because it's completely different.
You're not commie enough. You need to be a commie, and then you'll get invited.
I mean, the Swedish union doesn't even like me because I refuse to be a member of the Social Democratic Party.
Well, if you're a member of the union
I joined it, I could be damn well the head of all the unions or something like that. But this is thanks to my dad, who really principles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Never, because my dad was if you believe in the alpha male thingy, he was, or he is. And he instilled these principles in me that you know what's right. And he didn't know it, but it's called the Nash equilibrium. You have to, your decisions, if you have a position of power, has to be to both the individual and the collective. Not one or the other. Both have to benefit. And socialists hate it. Because they are all about collective. And the libertarian capitalists hate it because they are all about the individual.
Individual.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and there is a fine line, and that's where it becomes really difficult for people to understand. Like I've spoken with other people, and they think, "Oh, you're just anti-union." It's like, well, I'm talking about the kind of unions that you have in the U.S. where you've got guys that will not do any work. I mean, I worked for a company where the owner, he paid better than union wages. He paid his people really well. There was constant bonuses that would come in for work that was performed, where he would end up getting bonuses. He would spread it throughout. The day that they decided they wanted to start a union, he said, "You're absolutely welcome to start a union anytime that you want to. Just know that I will shut my doors the day that those discussions happen."
Yeah.
And they said, "Well, you can't do that. That's against the law." He was like, "Watch me."
Yeah.
And the day that they had their union meeting, the next day came in, he had padlocks and chains on the doors, and these guys came in there just like, "Well, you can't do that." He goes, "No, I sold the business.
Oh yeah,
I sold every single thing about it. I sold it at a loss." He goes, "Because I can't afford to do this. See you bye." Locked it up.
And there was a semi-famous German example, maybe 20, a good while ago. Say they don't have the Scandinavian system; they have a similar, but not exactly the same. And this company, now they had all the insurances, the wages, the bonuses. I mean, they had everything, but the union forced themselves in. And then they said, "Okay, now since you are here, now we have to put everybody on the union agreed salaries," which happened to be 15% less than he paid.
Well, because we were working union in a union company, so we were doing some welding work, and I watched a guy get like severely injured because, well, we can't do anything. We're not qualified under the union to touch this while the guy's suffering. I was like, we can't touch that. We can't move that forklift. We don't care that he's being crushed by it. We're not.
That's
if we touch the forklift, we're in trouble.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now that is not that extreme example, but dock workers, because you have certain dock workers who perform certain work. Then you have other dock workers who perform other kinds of work, and they are unionized by a different union. So every part in the dock, in Sweden at least, is more or less unionized but different unions. One of them are an anarchist union.
That sounds fun.
And wait a minute.
Makes no sense.
That makes no sense. You can't have an anarchist union.
Try to tell them that.
They're against organizing. They're against organizing.
That's just like
a communist who uses an iPhone. It's like, oh, you're really
satanic priest. I mean, that makes no sense.
It's jumbo shrimp.
Speaking of anarchist unions, what's going on, y'all?
Look.
I heard something about pink bonnets. I don't have a pink bonnet, but I do have my fez, so what the hell?
We do not have enough donations yet to get Nicholas drunk enough to buy the bonnet. So come on, guys. Get with the program.
I have this one size fits most.
Yes.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
have a melon that's the size of a melon, oh my
One
gosh.
size fits most does not fit this giant head.
Yeah, this is actually my grandpa's
And with
old
the bonnet
fez from when
I've
he was a
seen
Shriner.
Are sold in one size fits most. I can't. I mean, I have the same size nose as Nick Rekieta, but my giant head makes mine look normal.
I don't know. Are we measuring noses now, Nick? Is that what we're doing?
Are we doing this in are we doing this in
Do
metric
that.
or freedom units?
I've got a pretty prominent nose myself. See,
But if you go back and watch me, Dave, and Baker on the ferry, which we did a couple of months ago. Oh, I need. Talk amongst
that
yourself while I find
is
it.
glorious. That is a glorious vid. This because I did not realize how big Nick was until it was explained to me. It's
Crazy.
like, no, Nick is crazy big.
Huge.
Like, yeah, it's like if you ever were to fear a Viking, this is the one that you would want to fear. and you see him here, and he's just like, he looks like.
I mean, he's always just so happy and
Nick.
everything, and yeah, I call him Viking Santa Claus.
Yes.
well then maybe we need to, Nicholas. Then maybe you need to make sure the bonnet you get is like an extra large. What if it doesn't fit on your head?
Well,
this can't be all for naught.
Men have more
people,
than two heads.
You've got to give more super chats so that we can get Nicholas drunker, so he'll buy the bonnets, because this was all my idea, and I don't want my idea to fail. So
yeah, it's got to be the extra large male bonnet.
I believe in Megan.
Y'all, we've got about 59 people watching, according to what I'm seeing on the counter here. So come on, y'all. It's Friday night. It's payday. We're all chilling. It's a great time. I'm cracking a beer. I've got a fez on. Come on, let's get those super chats rolling. Yeah. Let's make this a night. Let's get it going, y'all.
Yeah,
get cracking.
My head compared to Dave's.
Holy moly, you do.
And they're sitting side by side.
Wow.
Just so you know, Nick's not sitting forward. He's sitting side by side with him.
And big boy.
Did Dave had his head shrunk?
Where I'm from, we call that corn-fed.
He's a corn-fed country boy.
No.
Goddamn right.
And this is unrelated maybe, but in the Zachariah Anderson case, just Guterres Jr. was 6 foot 270 pounds. People don't realize exactly how big that is. I am once I get my back cracked and everything, I'm 6'4". I'm 250 pounds. And Mr. Guterres is larger than that.
Wow.
And they still claim that Zachariah Anderson managed to kill and guy.
Carry.
Yeah.
Roll him up in a blood-soaked carpet.
Dead weight is even harder to lift.
Yeah, carrying him out
in a rolled carpet that had to have weighed
drag marks
100 pounds
or anything, with a chronic bad back.
Yeah.
It's
I built a raised bed using 6x6s, 8 foot 6x6s. They probably weigh, I don't know, maybe 100 pounds each. I'm 6 foot, weigh I won't mention my weight because I'm a fat ass. But I slung one of those things over my shoulder, and it was a struggle to avoid just hitting anything. We're talking about a straight piece of wood that isn't dragging or anything. Avoid hitting shit with it. So I cannot imagine that you're able to sling something like that over your shoulder, carry it down a couple flights of stairs out to your vehicle, and never see any blood.
Yeah, because in that case, he had to seal that carpet with duct tape, every single surface.
Every single inch.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, who hasn't had to hide a body at one time or another before? I mean, let's be real here. I mean, you got to make sure that duct tape is tight.
I know nothing about Gotti. Know nothing about Gotti. I swear to God, I know nothing about Gotti.
Oh, come on, Shizzy, you were there.
No, Dad knows nothing about Gotti.
I'm
Dad
kidding.
Me and what's his name? Ted Cruz. Oh my gosh. No, that's it's dead weight is very damn heavy.
Oh yeah, there's a big difference between
Yeah.
carrying a live person and never mind. I'm not going to finish
Yeah.
that sentence.
I mean, I had a buddy of mine that was 6'7", and after he lost weight, he weighed 450 pounds.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whew.
So whenever he got into for breakfast, no, I'm sorry, for a afternoon snack. This was a snack between breakfast and lunch. He would go through a drive-through and get 4 Whoppers,
What?
5 large orders of fries,
What?
and a large Diet Coke.
That's ridiculous.
This
Because the
was
Diet
just-
Coke
The
offsets
Diet
it all.
Coke. The Diet
Well,
Coke.
It
balance
offsets
it all out.
everything.
And this was just to get him from breakfast to lunch before he would
Good
show up
God.
at my brother-in-law's house. He would actually stop and have a full meal so he didn't look like he was eating more than that. This is one of the nicest people that you'd ever meet. And he passed away because his heart failed on him. But we're talking 6'7", 400 some odd pounds. This is a big old boy. I mean,
Huge.
whenever he walked in, I've got massive hands. His like hands would encompass mine. This is a big old boy. His whole family was that way. He goes, yeah, there wasn't seconds at my house. He goes, it was thirds and fours. I mean, he would talk about his brother just with like dinner would go through like half a gallon of milk. Just tip up the whole half gallon and drink it. I mean, these were farm bred boys. Talking about Vikings. They were hefty and big, and he was the biggest out of all of them, but he was still the smallest, like in height, because his brothers were 6'10" and 7 foot tall. But as far as weight goes, he was the biggest of them, but he was the shortest of all of them. It's 6'7". It's crazy. And I cannot imagine trying to lug this guy over my shoulder ever.
No way.
Now, my dad is my height, but if you check my godson is probably 2 inches taller than me. Now he's a runner, so he's quite slim. But the men in our family has 2 things in common. We barely get past the age of 70, but we are tall as frick. The tallest guy was a guy called Fritz, who lived somewhere, my great something uncle, 1880 or something. He was 7'2".
Jeez.
Yeah. So
giant person.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, here's my short
sure you don't come
5'9"
from
ass.
giants? Yeah. I guess there are still giants. Well, Nicholas, I hope you get your bonnet. Please let me know as soon as you get it, because I want to be on the stream when you wear it. But I got to get running because I got stuff to get ready for tonight's stream. So
just so everybody knows, this is all her fault.
It is.
Well, Megan Fox, it was wonderful seeing you again.
Oh, you
really
too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I know it's only the second time I've actually been on a stream with you, but I've always wanted to say thank you. And you've got great entertainment. You got great comedic chops. Love your content. And thank you so much for covering your most recent trial.
Thank you.
I remember hearing about that on the Glenn Beck show, like when it was happening years ago. And I just never thought about it again after that. And to see it come full circle, that's been amazing. So thank you for covering that.
So few families get any justice. It's just wonderful to see one get it.
Keep up the writing, Megan. It's
Absolutely
always appreciated.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I've had a hard time writing as much as I was because I have a pinched nerve. And this month of covering this trial in this chair for 30 days is kind of giving me a little bit of a flare up.
So what kind of chair are you in there? What kind of chair are you in?
Well, so I bought an ergonomic office chair. It has recline. It has a footrest, which helps.
Who makes it?
I don't know.
Okay, there's your problem. Get one of your, and it's more expensive. Get one like I've got here. It's one of
What
those
is it?
aliens. They're a mesh chair. The
Oh,
aliens. What I can't remember the name of the company, but I've had this thing for 5 years and it is completely held up. It's got great back support and it also has great neck support. I can't remember the
I feel like it's not really the chair, it's the sitting. It's the sitting. I should not be sitting. And my desk is a standing desk, so I need to do more standing.
Well,
But
are you still doing your exercises?
not as much as I should be. So I need to get back
Story
to
of my life.
because you feel better, and then you stop doing it.
Then you can skip a day or two.
Yep, or two, or a month.
Week.
Or a month.
And then you get right back to the same problem. So, and I think the stress of the trial, the stress of everything, and it just hit me this morning. So that was obviously just pent up for a while. The adrenaline got me through, and now I'm like, oh crap, I'm in pain. So I got to start moving around more. So I'm going to go do some exercises before my next stream where I sit on my ass for several hours.
It was great.
Probably a good idea because at some point I'm probably going to start talking about food in this stream because I do a lot of cooking.
I still need to get you my damn brisket chili recipe. Damn it.
Yeah, you know what you know what I just spent time making tonight, right?
What?
Bye, Megan. So yeah, I've got about 5-6 pounds of beef cheek in the crock pot downstairs. I smoked it up on applewood and black pepper today and threw it in the crock pot. It's got some Wagyu beef fat and some bacon grease in it. So it's going to confit overnight in that, and it's going to be nice and shreddy and pull apart in the morning. Perfect beef cheek barbacoa.
Yeah, barbacoa is awesome. The first time I ever had it was from a Hispanic. Well, the guy wasn't Hispanic, but his wife was full on Mexican, and she was just for their wedding. He actually hired a mariachi band. She was like, "You're not going to hire a mariachi band?" I was like, "Damn right I am." She was like, "No, that is so not. I'm not into it." He was like, "I love fucking mariachi bands." And she thought he was joking. He's like, "No, I really love mariachi bands. I love the style of music. I enjoy the enthusiasm to it." And she was like, "I know you're messing with me." He's like, "No, I am not messing with you." And
mariachi is amazing to listen to.
It is, and especially if you get good musicians. He was like, "I'm totally down with it." And he was, and she taught him how to do barbacoa like the real way. And man, it is They invited me over for dinner one night.
So they do beef or goat? Because I know that goat is the traditional, technical way.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
They did beef, but yes. I was used to it in New Mexico with the goat.
Okay. Who's ready to be pissed off by John Hopkins' defense attorney?
Used car salesman lawyer.
Okay, sure, we're going to be pissed off, but we're also going to have to laugh at the fact that he's a complete loser at this point.
Come on, figure out the Zoom, buddy.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So we're feeling that we finally are able to get our story out, and that it was very important that now the public has heard that what All Children's did was compassionate care that saved Maya Kowalski from
Diddling
what
kids
was
is not
in Dr.
compassionate.
Smith's view medical child abuse. And that, as Dr. Smith testified now in court today during her proffer, that suspicion of medical child abuse was confirmed by a court in Sarasota. So All Children stands behind the care they provided, and that they were able to intervene in the situation on the dangerous and unnecessary medications that Maya had been subjected to.
Can you talk about the outcome of this case? We know that so far it's still going into the process, but I guess what are you concerned for the future for medical providers, not just here at All Children's, but at other hospitals and doctors' offices across the world?
I appreciate it. That's a great question. So the reason why All Children's decided to take this case to trial was because, unfortunately, this case has caused a deep chilling effect on mandatory reporting throughout the country. And All Children's is here standing up for mandatory reporters that when we suspect child abuse, we report it.
So they did not make an offer? They tried to do it for the principle of
That's what they're saying.
That's what they officially. That's what they're saying, because they were probably not an offer on paper.
Right.
Okay. That's still very deceptive.
So there's no paper trail to show the offers that were made.
I mean,
there's no paper trail. If there's no paper trail, then we never made an offer. Although they might have said, hey, if we sell this out for 20 million, not saying that we would or any offers on the table, but how does that feel to you? Oh, 20 million doesn't work. How about 50 million? Would that make this thing go away? I mean, we could easily make it go away for a measly, 100 million, 150 million. Maybe we could make it go away. And the family probably was just like, you know what? You guys caused the death of our mother because the amount of stress that you put on her and gaslighted her to the point where she thought she was insane.
Yeah.
Go pound dirt.
And she thought that the only way for Maya to get out of that was for her to end her life.
Yes.
And a week later, she came home.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking, but
it is.
Sorry.
No, I'm with you, Sal. Yeah. I mean, if you're sitting there saying the only way that my, for example, if my wife was thrown in prison for some odd reason, and the only way that she's ever going to see the light of day is if I no longer exist, what position does that put me in?
Yeah. And it's your daughter. It's who's not only just like in prison, but is being tortured. Basically.
Yeah.
Emotionally and
physically and sexually.
Yeah. And because Maya's condition is people need to realize that. I know the pictures of her on the prom a few days after her attorney said she can't be here. Now, prom is a different animal. You only get maybe one of these. And Maya may only get one of these.
And also her pain wasn't constant. It was coming and going.
It was several days later.
You're taking something out of I mean, I've got pain in this hand. It's from arthritis. It doesn't hurt all the time, 24/7. And whenever it doesn't hurt, and whenever the pain is not there, there's so many things that I'm just like I sit down with my bass and play for hours on end.
Yeah.
Because I know that there's not going to be any pain. And of course, the next day it might hurt.
You pay for it, but
exactly. Yeah. But it's one of those where I completely understand where she's coming from. Where it's like I've got this freedom, and I don't have any pain right now. Everything's good. Let
her live her life, for God's sake.
Yeah. And those were little pictures. I mean, pictures. I mean, we didn't see her walking up to that picture or walking away from. We only saw those exact moments where she posed for the camera.
And if you look at her leg, it still has marks on it.
Yeah,
showing the condition.
I know. I do have this cane when I need it because my knees are shot, and I have proper crutches, but I still need it once in a while.
It still should have a sword attached to it.
I know.
God, that would be illegal according to Swedish law. Yeah.
There's
now, if the ones that have a pistol into a cane, that would be interesting.
That would be an interesting cane.
Have you ever seen The Strain?
The Strain. Yes.
It's a book and TV show. The old guy has a cane with a sword that comes out.
Yep. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
It's a dragon, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm still $43 from the next shot. If you want to persuade me from buying that bonnet, if it's either a tie-down bonnet or a turban bonnet. Yeah.
I think even on the tie down bonnets, you're putting it up there and then you're just tying it up here. Almost like a Karate Kid kind of thing. You'll have to look it up. I'm pretty sure that you're still slipping it on, but you're just tying it down, and it might have like a ribbon in the front of it. I think you should like maybe sell some pancakes with it too.
Yeah. I'm more into, if anything, from this page, but there are.
It looks like a hairnet. That doesn't look like a bonnet.
Yeah, that shower net or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That's all that looks like.
Or maybe go to your local fast food and just get one of their hair nets. Maybe that'll work.
No, then he looks like a cholo. Then he'd be like,
don't
like,
stare on the price of this one,
what's
because
up, homie?
Yeah, I found similar models, turban stuff on Amazon for, what was it, $13. It's up to the chat to get me there.
So that one there looks like it has a headband that comes across and then ties off on the side or something, so you just basically tie it off. But I still like the one where you tuck your hair into it and then sort of wrap it up and tie it and then get it like with a little bow in front, and then you can sell pancakes.
Now,
is that an Aunt Jemima joke or something?
I don't know.
I don't think we can say her name anymore.
Aunt Jemima.
Now here's Dr. Joe Corcoran.
Yeah,
the Dr. Hair.
He looks like he's fun at parties.
No, he was in the Maya trial. There you go.
Dr. Joe
He's
Corcoran,
pretty straightforward.
and my testimony helped expose dangerous problems in an iconic $10 billion healthcare brand. In the coming weeks, I'll be sharing the story of how bad culture, poor communication, and a few bad apples tragically changed at least one family forever. Won't you please subscribe to my new YouTube channel and share your thoughts about the state of modern healthcare and the challenges ahead? Let me tell you why you should do that. I recently served as an advisor and expert witness in the Take Care of Maya trial, filed by the Kowalski family of Venice, Florida, against Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg. In early October 2016, Beata and Jack Kowalski took their 10-year-old daughter Maya to the emergency room at Johns Hopkins All Children's. After Maya...
Oh, come on.
He
just suffered more or less the entire way.
How much do you think he raised his rates?
Intense abdominal pain. Beata, a registered nurse, and Jack, a retired fire chief, knew how to treat many medical emergencies, but Maya's pain would not yield an inch, despite all the usual interventions. You see, more than a year earlier, Maya was diagnosed with CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome, a highly unusual complex of symptoms which many doctors have never heard before. To Maya, the slightest touch could trigger the most intense sensation of pain. The first time Maya found relief from CRPS was when an anesthesiologist who specialized in CRPS administered ketamine, a mainstream treatment today, which was highly controversial when Maya was 10. From the ER to the pediatric ICU and onto the wards, Maya moved from one system to another and started to fall through the holes in the safety net. Beato went into full-on mama bear mode and butted some heads. Some of the team members started playing outside the lines. One of them called DCF, Florida's Department of Children and Families, accusing Beata of child abuse. Beata was separated from Maya physically for 3.
Yeah, and this was brought up in the trial that Beata started to ask for names. Who are you? And in that culture at the time, asking questions and asking for names could get a person fired. And all of a sudden, here's children's services. That's, in my opinion, an act of revenge.
Yeah.
Because now they have somebody, that's the government, you can sue them. You can sue us, but you can't sue them. And Catherine Bumfuckery, or whatever, Beatty, she has between 300 and 400 cases with that Smith lady, over the course of 15 years.
No.
So her name is Catherine Battery, is what you're saying?
Yeah, Catherine Battery and Sally Smith have colluded in between 300 and 400 cases together. And I mean, that's not a coincidence. And God knows how many
it's
lives
speed traps in the U.S. It's like speed traps in the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, that's and it's a real people go, oh, speed traps, that makes no sense. No, that can't be true. No, they target one particular area because they see that they're vulnerable and they're weak. And you know, it's one of those where it's like you have a 70 mile an hour speed zone, and then all of a sudden it drops to 55 miles an hour, and it is in such a position that if you're passing by an 18 wheeler, you're not going to ever see that speed zone change. It drops down to 55, and then, you know, 2 miles down the road, it jumps back up to 70. But there will be cops that sit in those particular areas, and they'll watch for cars to come through there that never saw the sign, and they're just cruising along. They've got their cruise control set at 70 miles an hour. They're just zipping along, and all of a sudden they're getting pulled over. And next thing you know, I just saw something recently about this where an officer is on trial for arresting people and actually putting drugs into their cars. He would pull them over. No, and it would be just random people. It would be like, Kaiser, you're driving to work one day and they pull you over.
There's nothing in my car.
And they're just like, hey, search my car. You know, we're going to search your car. And you say, okay, because I've got nothing to hide. You're not thinking about it, because who doesn't trust the police?
Yeah.
Come back with a warrant.
And then they they don't even come back with a warrant because you gave them permission. And they come back and they go, look, we found this baggie here.
This dime bag.
Not even a dime bag. And it was all methamphetamines. And we find this little bag here sitting in between your car seat. And you're just like, I mean, it might have been one of my employees driving to work, but I don't know anything about it. I mean, you know, because my car is being used for catering or whatever, and you're trying to explain it away. And the more that you talk, the more that they're getting against you. And next thing you know, you're sitting looking at, you know, 6 years in prison, and your record's completely tarnished because you were just like, I've got nothing to hide.
Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be you then finding anything, as in everybody has heard about civil forfeiture.
Yes.
Legalized highway robbery.
Yep.
Now, let's see here.
Don't tell the cops shit.
Yeah. Don't tell the cops you have cash. But in Indiana Supreme Court.
Oh, good. My home state.
Civil
Awesome.
forfeiture defendants have the right to a jury trial.
Yep.
Because as it is now in the states that has this civil forfeiture, you have to prove that the money they seized, that you did not commit any crime accumulating that amount of cash. And since most of the cases are between $5,000 and $10,000, well,
that's really not that much.
Getting it to civil, I mean, the money's gone.
Yeah.
But now in Indiana, civil forfeiture defendants have the right to a jury trial. And prosecutors in Hoosier State, Hoosier, successfully denied people this due process is a reflection of how abusive civil forfeiture can be. Civil forfeiture defendants in Indiana have the right to a jury trial. The state Supreme Court unanimously ruled last week, fostering basic due process protection for those who have assets seized by law enforcement.
About time we did something right.
Yeah, because I mean, this legalized highway robbery is worth. I mean, some police forces in towns and counties, that is what funds their police department. And you have no right. I mean, no. They take the money. Then they say, no, we don't have a case against you. We have a case against the actual money. Then they send it off to IRS, whatever, Federal Bureau of whatever. And then they say, well, we don't have it anymore. So now you have to sue the feds to get your money back. Bill by bill. Now, Indiana has said, no, you deserve a jury trial to get your money back. And imagine...
Well, the worst part about that is it's all of your assets. So it could be your house, your car, every single thing that you need to actually even just survive. And they just eliminate, boom, 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 boom. Your car's gone. Your home is gone. Your RV, whatever it is, any sort of assets that you had in your bank account is completely gone. It's been seized. And nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. But in Indiana, in the way of actually removing the civil forfeit, I mean, at least you get the chance of a jury trial, and hope, because imagine the prosecutor who says, I will run this through the gutters. But there you are in front of a jury of your peers and explain, they stopped me on the highway. I was going over there to a car auction. I had 20 grand with me, and they said, we can't rule out that you would have gained this cash through crime, so we are going to take it. Now,
they do that also. They also do that on aircraft. If you have over a certain amount, they can pull you aside and seize it without any reason or repercussion. Look in the private chat. That's the one that I was talking about there. And it's just absolutely horrible that they allow this kind of thing to happen. You know, and you know, how do you fight against something that has ex-deputy accused of planting drugs on Florida drivers arrested? And if you scroll down further, you'll see 100+ cases thrown out.
Why?
I mean, because this guy was, and what he was doing is sleight of hand. The only reason, and they couldn't get him on every single one of them that he did this kind of stuff on, but every single case was methamphetamines. And then whenever they searched this deputy's car, they found that he had methamphetamines in his trunk. And what he was doing was he was taking little bits of it because their suspicion was that he was working to try to get on a drug task force. And you have to have a certain amount of arrests. And that's what he was doing, is basically padding his numbers, getting these arrests, making it look like he was doing all of this fine work, except it was all methamphetamines. And they caught it on video where he was holding drugs in his hand. And what he would do is he would, all of a sudden the camera would be panned one way while he's putting gloves on or something. And then this little baggie would show up somewhere else in the car. And it was all placement of where his body cam was showing, because the body cam shows a certain amount. But if you just turn a little bit this way, you got your hands working over here and you just sort of drop something off. And then all of a sudden you reach in and, oh, look, inside this shoe, we found this bag. Well, and this shows methamphetamine. The video on this was insane. Just the horribleness of people just to pad some numbers. And he's not worried about it, because what are they going to serve? A couple of years for possession?
Yeah. That's okay.
I mean, it matters not to him. Yeah. It's just evil people. And this is, you know, this is one of the reasons why whenever I say, you know, even on my channel, whenever I say, you know, not all cops are like this. It's the ones that are like this. So you have to protect yourself, you know, be conscious of what is going on around you. You know, the screwiness of people can be absolutely amazing. if you see, you know, that an officer is like, oh, you know, you mind if I search your vehicle? It's like, well, why don't we do this legal and you get you have a judge sign a warrant for a search.
Mm.
You know, I do have certain rights. Well, I smell alcohol on you. Okay. That's not my problem.
Mm.
Maybe your nose is off. I mean, I got pulled over for speeding, and the officer was trying to say, hey, you know, I got you for speeding. And I was just like, okay. And then show up to court. And I was like, when was the last time his thing was calibrated, and showed proof that if under certain electrical conditions that a radar gun is not proper, because the electrical pulses that come off of wiring can distort it and make it appear differently.
Mm.
And they have no dispute to it. They're just like, just like, okay. Different size tires on your car can change the speed that your speedometer reads as compared to what their radar.
But would you still be liable
if
like
I was
changed
speeding?
the tires? Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, that wouldn't affect the radar, would it?
Yes.
Oh, it would.
It'll affect what you're seeing.
Oh,
so if you're seeing that you're doing 55 miles an hour and the police officer sees that you're doing 57 miles an hour, and he pulls you over and writes you a ticket for going over the speed limit, it can affect it.
So you wouldn't have the mens rea to be speeding.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, and it requires you to do a little bit of work on it. And, you know, my suggestion is, if you ever get pulled over by the police officer, be polite, courteous, and let them write you a ticket. And if you feel that their judgment was in error, prove it. Prove that their judgment was in error.
Yeah.
Take it to court. Show up in court. I mean, there's been times I've been pulled over for doing well over the speed limit. Been polite with a police officer, and it was on my motorcycle. I was probably doing like 110 in a 70 mile an hour zone because I was trying to avoid traffic, and officer pulls me over. I was like, you know, sitting there, he goes, you know, I'm pulling you over. No, officer, I have no idea why you're pulling me over. It's like, well, I clocked you doing 110 and 70. I was like, that seems a little odd. That's it. And he was just like, yeah, I ride also. You know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write you up a speeding ticket. I'll keep it below so you don't get any points knocked off. He goes, just pay the $55 or whatever for the speeding ticket, and you know, don't contest it, and we'll just write it off. You won't get any points taken off your license. Okay. Completely polite. Didn't argue with him. Didn't fight with him. Just, you know, write me up a ticket. Yeah, I paid $55. Shit, it would have been like my license would have been revoked, and probably my insurance would have gone up like freaking crazy. But
not to mention they probably would have charged you more.
Yeah, he was just like.
After he gave you the ticket, he's like, "Don't contest it, just pay it." I mean, could you have contested it at that point and been a dick?
Sure, I could have contested, but it wouldn't have done any good.
Okay.
I mean, he had me dead to rights. I guarantee I was doing 110 miles an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone. I know that I was speeding, but I wasn't going to tell him that. I just sit there and I was just like, I have no idea.
There's a time to contest and a time not to.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a break with a bit of... Yeah, in order for me to get to the point where I actually buy this damn bonnet, it's up to the chat to get me drunk enough to buy it, and step 2 is to wear it, and step 3 is to wear it on a stream. Oh, God.
Come on, chat, you're slacking.
Yeah, you're slacking a bit. And
we love you, chat.
I count in memberships gifting, I count in super chats, and I count in PayPal. And PayPal, pinned on the top of the chat, that removes, because YouTube takes 35% or something, PayPal takes 5%.
Yeah.
So everybody prefers PayPal, and you have the link there, and it's over a donation, so I don't get taxed.
Nice.
Because taxes are theft.
Mr. Nicholas Starro, I must jump off of here. I'm going to go over and there's a buddy of mine that's celebrating his anniversary of being on YouTube. I'm going to go by and I'm going to say
Actually,
hello to him.
I was going to go do the same.
I'll probably see you there then.
Yep.
I'm sure it's the person.
They are abandoning me.
We are not abandoning you because you've got Dolly Talk that is hanging out here. And Sal's good people, and he will entertain you, and he will give you a foot rub if you ask him nicely.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you have to ask him very nicely, and do not show your peen because he will be taking pictures of it, and he will be sending them to Jensen, and Jensen will be just like comparing it to himself.
No sausage touch. Yeah. No sausage pictures.
Sausage fest.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you,
I'm
Mr.
$43 to next shot of whiskey. Just saying. Next topic, which is related. Phoenix detectives mishandled evidence impacts dozens of murder cases. Now,
Jesus.
this is the daughter of a high-level police officer in Phoenix.
Awkward.
Who decided to work in the force and do jack shit. And at this point, 37 court cases are affected and at least 61 police investigations. Because this detective, Jennifer DePonzios, once she got discovered, they put her on medical leave.
Oh, yeah, I was reading about this.
Yeah, retired medical leave. So she was too ill to testify about why.
Yes.
Where are all the evidence that you handled? No, she was too ill to testify. And then somebody found her multi-level marketing YouTube channel.
Oh, boy.
It didn't seem...
Jodi Arias?
No.
Okay.
She didn't seem too ill. And this is the police force and her by the police paid attorney. No, she can't testify. She's too ill. She's too ill. And she has the multi-level marketing and some weird healing whatevers. So she worked 2 jobs at the same time while on not only medical leave, but forced retirement medical leave.
And she was too sick to even testify.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And these numbers could grow, and they don't include any prior convictions or plea deals already completed in her cases. So there are people in jail now, imprisoned because of her. Because they told the defendants one thing, knowing that this officer did nothing in the span of a year and a half. Because her dad or something is high-level police officer. So she got sped into the homicide and handled a lot of cases, and she did jack nothing.
Which is a big promotion. So I'm
it's a
thinking
huge promotion. I mean, she has been a cop for less than a year when she went into homicide.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I will see you soon,
No
Mr. Starro. You have a wonderful weekend, and I love what you're doing, brother. Take care.
Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
See you over there, Shizzy.
See you.
See you.
Yep. I'm going to actually go ahead and split 2 and say thanks for inviting me along. If you guys are still going, I'll jump back over later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take a leak and leave everything to Sal for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
And,
there you go.
Yep.
Sounds good. Well, if I don't get back before y'all can shut it down, say thanks definitely for inviting me along. Say sorry I couldn't get here sooner, but convincing the wife to take the kid to bed was a little bit more difficult tonight than usual. So, kid was enjoying watching Return of the Jedi. I couldn't say no.
Yeah. Yeah, but thank
All
you
right,
so
well-
much. And everybody go over to Kaiser and subscribe to him. Just do it.
Thank you so much. I actually just hit 720 subscribers today, so I am on my way, hoping to still try and make up some deficit and try and get to that 1,000 mark pretty soon. So I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, but thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Say, Nick, thank you so much. Nick, or sorry, Sal, have a great night.
See you guys.
Bye. See you. Yeah, let's bring this up again, because you read about this, so talk about this or whatever while I go and take a leak.
Yeah. This, I just heard about it. ABC 15 has done different investigations. They did one a couple years ago about a judge. I covered this. A judge and her bailiff were finding memes about whatever was happening in court. And they would insult the lawyers, they would insult potential jurors, and just email memes back and forth on their government email. So needless to say, this got out and she was in some hot water. So there's been several issues. This one, one unaliving case, it's been months, and the defense and prosecution go in, and this detective needs to come in and testify. Well, the detective is on medical leave, and they go in, and the judge asks, well, when can she come in? And the prosecutor's just like, well, I really don't know. Maybe in a few months, maybe. I don't have a date for you. So a few months later, comes in, same thing. You know, they're saying she's so ill she can't work. Meanwhile, she's doing different jobs. She had, I think she started a business and had like a website that was promoting it. And when she got called out by ABC 15, she like shut the website down the next day. It is really shocking that she wasn't held accountable before now. Anyways, so Mads, yes, I know it's Phoenix Detective. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know, any questions for me in the chat? You know, it was an interesting Shizzy brought up earlier about speeding cameras or like police just waiting. Arizona, like 12 years ago, had maybe even 15, had a ton of speeding cameras all over the place and speed traps with cars that are police cars on the side of the road. And if you go too fast, they just flash you their lights or a camera, take your picture of the license plate and you, and send you the ticket. Well, this guy was driving on the freeway, saw one, and fired a shot into the speed trap van. Didn't intend to hit the guy, but he ended up unaliving him. So after that, Arizona pretty much shut down their speed traps significantly. I was just talking about Arizona, sorry.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you so much, Kim. Yeah. Active chat gets more people here, so post something in the chat, will you please? Because yes, I know Megan left, and I know Rob is online and stuff like that, but I'm still here. I'll even love. Yeah, I'll even give you a shot on the house, so we get somewhere closer to the bonnet. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Ooh, yeah, and
smooth.
Smooth, yeah. Let's see here. Let's bring this up as a reminder. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be. I mean, these are $13.
Yeah.
Now
That's
you still
Swedish prices.
Yeah, this is Swedish prices. So remove the last number or something like that. Hey, Lynn. Hey,
Interesting.
Puddingway. Ghostery.
Hey, Lynn.
Peace be on you. Yay. And yeah, but you still need to get me there where I actually buy it.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Oh, and I even give you a shot on the house.
So you mentioned earlier before I was on the Texas trial that didn't have a lot of media coverage.
Oh, yeah.
You're thinking of covering next week.
Yeah, you covered the parts of the first day? Yeah.
First half before lunch. But yeah, take it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You and I did it, and we can hop on.
Let's see here. It's because this wasn't on
Law and Crime.
Law and Crime or
Yeah.
Trust
me,
it
it
was very
wasn't.
local. It's Fox 4 Dallas Fort Worth, so it's really, really local, and it is the Dallas Methodist hospital shooting.
You can tell Court TV was not doing the audio. There's like babies crying in the background.
Yeah, and I've sent a Twitter DM to Wilhammer if he could possibly do anything about it.
I asked him. He said he's really. Well, I asked him like 2 days ago, and he said he was busy this week, but maybe he'll have time.
Yeah.
I mean, if he can, it would be amazing.
Yes, because this trial is about the hospital shooter whose girlfriend managed to get him to stop after killing a bunch of people. And this is a 3-day trial.
Yeah, it was crazy quick.
Yeah, because, I mean, all the facts were more or less there. But, so in this case, I'm more interested in what was the defense tactics.
Basically, they were just begging the jury not to do murder one.
Yeah.
They basically admitted to it and just said, we think it's not, it's like murder 2, basically.
Yeah. So maybe we should do this one in Rewind, because we had some success with that with the OnlyFans Stalker trial, doing a trial from the verdict up until just to see
this guy
from
testifies.
Another. Oh, he testifies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be really interesting.
Yeah, so we might do that next week because I'm waiting for the Young Thug trial to start on the 27th.
Okay.
And if it starts on the 27th of November.
Well, they've got a jury, so.
Yeah, jury is done. And now they are admitting new experts because they want rap lyrics as evidence.
It's always been controversial here.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a constitutional issue, but the judge allowed it, but also allowed the defense to challenge each lyric by itself. So if the state wants to put in a specific lyric, that's a hearing for each lyric, and they have 17 of these they want in parts. I don't know when in the trial, because it was already a 6 to 9 month trial before this. And now they're adding lyrics.
Are they going 5 days a week?
I don't know. but I will cover it either live or by a recap or something like that, because I already promised all my viewers that I will cover it. Hopefully I can get AV7 to yeah. Now we are talking no, I can join. No, I can't. No, I can. Oh, and stuff like that. So yesterday was supposed to be an update, but I wasn't prepared enough, so it was a shit stream, and I took it down because it was a really, really shitty stream.
It happens.
Yeah.
I'm going to be right back.
Okay.
I'm going to be right back.
Okay. Yeah, so that is what's coming up. I will try to find out more information on why the Andrew Tate trial isn't... I mean, I still haven't a trial date on it, and that was supposed to be done almost a month ago, to set a trial date. Haven't heard anything about it. And it's weird. So I don't know how much I can actually update on it. And then you have the Alan Ford. He's still not sentenced from his... and this is 5 or 6 months ago. The guy with a 32-second opening statement. And because he's severely mentally ill. And this is the guy after sentencing, they are going to extradite him to Illinois due to his murder spree in Illinois. But if he can't be sentenced, he can't be extradited. So that's what we're waiting for. One. Yes, Andrew Tate, the self-proclaimed alpha male. Yeah. And no. This is interesting. There are now 1804 says, call me a cynic, but I'm pretty sure the prosecution is having trouble with Tate because he's actually a closeted G-man. There's a lot of interesting things about Mr. Tate. And I do know that United Kingdom, the alleged victims there wants him extradited to the United Kingdom. When is the Adelson sentencing? Let me check. Let's see here. Okay, this is new actually in the Adelson trial. Because in the Adelson trial, the defense moved for a motion regarding jury misconduct, claiming they had some kind of chat where they discussed the case. And let's see here. Judge in Charlie Adelson trial denies defense request to interview jurors. The judge who presided over the murder trial of Charlie Adelson denied a request by his defense lawyer to interview jurors over a group chat that they reportedly created. Leon Circuit Judge Stephen Everett ruled against the request on Thursday, according to online court records. Assistant State Attorney Georgia Cappelman, the lead prosecutor in the Anderson trial, confirmed that the defense motion had been denied. Adelson was found guilty, and so on. And this is... one of the jurors who became an alternate and then didn't get to deliberate told just within a day of the verdict, told the defense that the jurors had a group chat. Here's the thing. just having a group chat doesn't say anything about they actually talking about the case. Just that they have talked, but that doesn't mean they talked about the trial or the Adelsons. Just group chat, which could mean anything from sharing recipes to my car broke down, can somebody drive me there? And apparently the judge deemed it not enough to actually conduct an interview. So that's about the new thing in the Adelson trial. And I can't find a sentencing date. Dun dun dun. No, I don't find a date on that, sadly. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Donna will be next. If they choose to move on, Donna. Because she's was very vocal about getting Charlie to a certain stage. And yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people listening to Andrew Tate. I don't. I think he is a joke. He is very good at multi-level marketing, selling his online courses on how to make money and becoming a man. For me, that's a pyramid scheme because everything in it says you have to recruit people in order to make money. And there isn't an actual product, which makes it a pyramid scheme, in my opinion. But here he is still in Romania on house arrest, and I'm not exactly sure why it's taking so long for the Romanian authorities to come up with a trial date. Oops. Something's going on in the Stalbert household.
Sorry. My cat was clawing the chalkboard. Really?
Yeah, I'm still $43 away from the next shot to make me buy this freaking bonnet. I will. Yeah, I will. You know, we lost half the audience when Megan disappeared, and we are down to below 20. And so I don't expect more to happen, sadly. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to send you all off towards Megan's. And that is live in 50 minutes or something like that. And I will try to get
Baker may be ending soon.
Oh, Baker might be ending soon. And so we can get a few from there. Yeah.
If you want to keep going a little bit.
Yeah, I can keep going a little bit.
I don't know if he's...
I'm out of beer. I'm never out of alcohol, but I'm currently out of beer. I need something to... I'll be right back.
I'm muted. Hello, everyone. Let's see. Peace Peony. Yeah, that was a great judge. In the Wisconsin trial. I liked him. My cats are around. Ghostery.
It was a routine day.
Oops, sorry. I'm all kinds of distracted right now. So 6 cats. Okay, so I guess I'll just grift myself. I'm Dolly Talk. Been streaming a few months, trying to get up to yeah, Kim, nothing is a routine day. Just trying to get up to 500 subs, so check out my channel. I cover court trials and stuff like that.
Mr. Jingles is out in the living room, sleeping. I don't know why he hasn't shown up yet. No, it's gin and apple cactus lemonade, because I don't have anything good to... Yeah, but ta-da! I should tell Baker to shut up and get over here. No. Oh, and Flux also. I look. No, okay. Broken Baker. And Expert is up as well.
Yeah, there's quite a few people.
Oh, they're at Baker's. Oh, they're going to the Expert. Thanks, okay. Baker. Yeah. Yeah, not much to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't expect more people to show up, sadly. Oh, it was worth a try. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for trying to get me drunk enough to buy the bonnet. And let's try again next week.
Absolutely.
Oh no, I can't next week.
No.
Well, let's try this again. I know that economy is plummeting around the world, and the Maya trial took audience somewhere else and stuff like that. But I'm going to send you all off to Megan Fox. I'm going to join Megan Fox there, and maybe her audience can get me there. You never know. You never know.
Never know.
But I'm getting myself something to eat, and then, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep. All right. Thank you all for showing up.
Yeah.
Sad we didn't get there, but
next time.
Sometimes, next time. So everybody, thank you, and I will see you all tomorrow at Yodi Day.
Yay!
Yay! Bye-bye.
Bye.